And it's one of the best tools you can get for free for your computer. Cleans up all the junk files, cleans up the registry errors. You can use it for removing startup programs that are giving you trouble, that Windows won't let you find where it's coming from or how it's loading. They've got that there. That is one of the best. And by the way, they will accept donations. Let me just mention that. They've got a thing where you can make a donation to them, $5 or something like that, if you use CCleaner. Let me encourage you guys, please, let's make some donations. These guys write this software, they make it available for free, and they accept donations, and I think they deserve it. Now, they do sell support licenses for companies and businesses and stuff like that. But for individuals like us, let's buy the guy a beer.
No, that's true. Now, do you know what's coming up in January of 2012? Where are we going to be?
New Year's Day. Oh, no.
A bitter cold winter.
CES.
Well, after CES.
Okay, after CES.
We get to go to SEA. We're going to be at sea on a cruise ship.
So on CES, there's SEA. I like that.
Well, that's it comes from Dave.
Oh, okay.
Since I'm sitting in his
Rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how. 8 players per side on the field. Players may be offense or defense. The clock runs non-stop until the final minute of each half. No punting. No stunning or twisting. One receiver may move in forward motion before the snap. Rebounds off the net are allowed. Players can be tackled into the wall. And that's the rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how.
Emails with their favorite apps of the week. Obviously, we have our own for Android and for iPhones, but if you have a BlackBerry phone or a Palm OS, remember WebOS?
Both of you.
Yes.
Doesn't have those.
But please call the show, 1-800-899-INTO. But, Mark, let's start with you for Android. What have you...
Yeah, I know. I'm outnumbered by the iDorks today, so I'm going to represent for Android. Yo, Google, I'm here for you. Actually, it's a Google app. Google has a new Docs app. Now, you've been able to get to your Google Docs already by using the browser that's built into Android, but this makes it absolutely super simple. It's an app on the home screen. You just one-button access, tap it, you're right into your Google Docs storage. You can view them, edit them, print your documents. It is much faster and easier than using the browser to access it. It's 100% free in the Android market. If, like me, you live in Google Docs, you need the new Google Docs app. Go get it now from the Android market. You will thank me later.
And, of course, that's like you said, it's free, and we love free, so do try it out. Now, Chris, what have you been playing with?
Obviously, she's been eating burritos again.
It sounds like Kim normally.
That is the Zombie Booth 3D Zombifier. And this is me as a zombie.
That's pretty scary.
It's such a gross picture.
I've been using the light version, which is of course free,
horrible.
And it'll allow you
ad supported.
Either take a picture or choose one from your photo library, and it turns you into a very realistic looking zombie that will follow your finger around the screen and try to bite you.
I'm getting goosebumps right now.
It is actually one of the coolest things I've seen in a smartphone app for just completely great time wasting. If you're a zombie fan, it is awesome.
I'm really shaking because it's really cold in the studio, and this is giving me the creeps. But you know what's great is that when it transforms you into the zombie, it first shows your picture, and then gradually you turn into the zombie. And you can record video because when you tap the screen, it'll try to bite your finger, and then you see blood marks on your screen. It's hilarious and scary and fun at the same time, and it's free. So try out Zombie Booth.
It's Halloween all year long.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Before we run out of time, I got to share mine. I just downloaded the Scrabble for iPad. I've raved about Words with Friends. I use that constantly when I have free time. Sorry, I'm a little behind, folks. But with Scrabble, you play by yourself against a computer, and it works really fast. It works great on the iPad. It's also available for the iPhone. Now, for the iPad, you're going to shell out about $10 for this because it's as if you were buying the board game. There's this party play mode where people with iPhones and iPod Touch can connect to your iPad and play Scrabble on your iPad, so that would be your board. So it's Board Games 2.0. Check it out on the iTunes App Store. Now, remember, what are your favorite apps? We're still looking for them, so let us know right now at 1-800-899-INTO. Into Tomorrow continues.
This is San Jose SaberCats Arena Football. Brought to you by Prize.com, LG Electronics, Trend Micro, Symantec, D-Link, Swan Security, and NVIDIA. Now, SaberCats Football with Dan Dibley and Steve Pappas.
Good evening. Welcome inside HP Pavilion in San Jose. Dan Dibley, Steve Papp, and Kirsten Fairchild along with you. A huge game tonight between the 6-1 Arizona Rattlers against the 5-2 San Jose SaberCats. It's my pleasure to welcome in my partner, Steve Papp. And Steve, this has got to be one of the ones you look at on the schedule before the year even starts.
Yeah, Arizona's been a rivalry for the last 15 years, and we're just going to pick up where we left off with this rivalry, and we've won the last 9 of 10, so tonight these boys are ready to play.
Step aside for a moment for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn? Was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Rendition of the national anthem. Welcome back to the SaberCats pregame show brought to you by Fremont Surgery Center, the official surgery center for the San Jose SaberCats. The matchup has been set. Familiar faces on both sides. When we come back, we'll get Steve Pappin's keys to the game, and we'll break down some of these familiar faces. First place, Arizona in town to take on the second place SaberCats. You're listening to SaberCats football on KLIV. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's me, your computer. Listen, I'm tired of the Bush League security software you install. Get me some real protection from viruses and malware, or else don't ignore me. You know that folder on my hard drive labeled financial stuff, which is actually filled with 117 self-portraits of you in gladiator attire? I would hate for it to accidentally get emailed to everyone at your office. Get Norton, and it won't happen.
Deny digital dangers with Norton Internet Security 2011. Experience it at everyclickmatters.com.
Roger's PC has frozen, and he's losing control.
Oh, you useless pile of We're finished!
Poor Roger. Thinks his PC is the problem. Truth is, it is internet security slowing him down. Enough is enough. Titanium from Trend Micro is a whole new way to protect your PC. It stops web threats in the cloud before they reach you, and it uses less memory so your computer runs faster. Someone should tell Roger. Titanium from Trend Micro.
Now, more of the pregame show with Dan Dibley and Steve Pappas.
Back inside HP Pavilion. We're getting set for the kickoff here. Time first, though, for our keys to the game here tonight. Brought to you by LG Electronics for the keys to the game. We turn to our main man, Steve. Pat.
Well, I think tonight you got three of them. No bye week layover. We had a 3-game win streak. Keep that momentum going. Number 2, do what we've been doing. It's going to be a lot of new faces in here tonight. Play to your strengths, play to your team, do what you're going to do. And thirdly, play through the emotions. This is a rivalry. Let these emotions go. Do what you do. First place on the line. Just play football.
It's always been a rivalry game, but maybe increased by the fact that Kevin Dye, now the head coach of Arizona, he, of course, longtime coordinator here in San Jose, and his third year now in Arizona. And also familiar faces on the field. Steve, you've got Jason Gathers and Marquise Floyd, former SaberCats, now playing for Arizona. So the Arizona-San Jose rivalry always heated, but the fact that these players now playing for the Rattlers maybe kicks it up a couple notches.
Oh, yeah, it's going to definitely kick it up a couple notches. These guys are actually coming back home where they won, 1, 2, or possibly 3 championships with San Jose. So this is a little bit of a get-back kind of thing because you don't know if San Jose reached out to those guys to get them back here. They didn't want them, so they went to Arizona or nothing, or whatever their possible reasoning for leaving to go to Arizona. They're there now. They're with Coach Guy and Coach Omar Smith. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of snickering going on here in tonight's ball game. A lot of trash talking a little bit.
Every time these two teams get together, it's a terrific matchup. They've met in arena bowls. They've had regular season tussles for the ages. So an electric night and a special night here between Arizona and San Jose. Well, there's more at stake here tonight than just on-field exploits. It's also a terrific fundraiser for Brian Stowe, the San Francisco Giants fan who was badly beaten at Dodger Stadium in the opening weekend of the year. And for more on what the SaberCats are doing for Brian Stowe, we bring in the third member of our crew, Kirsten Fairchilds.
Dan, Steve, you are exactly right. Tonight, a fundraiser for San Jose SaberCats fan and San Francisco Giants fan Brian Stowe, a Santa Cruz resident, a paramedic with American Medical Response, which has set up booths here, accepting donations, selling San Jose SaberCats t-shirts. His children are here, the children's mother is here, and his cousin is here. And before the game, David Fry presented a $5,000 check to Brian Stowe family on behalf of the San Jose SaberCats, and as well a jersey reading Stowe, number 64 for the SaberCats.
Thank you, Kirsten, and such a terrible story, Steve, for any sports fan to go to an event and be so savagely beaten. The community here in San Jose has really rallied behind Brian, and $5,000 more to the Stowe family. A great way to start this terrific ball game.
Yeah, it's a tragedy when, fans, you're there to watch the game, you're there to be a spectator and enjoy it, and, last thing you want is for someone to get hurt, and especially the way he did.
SaberCats to kick off, and we're underway. Virgil Gray takes it 6 yards deep, bursts up the middle, tripped up but not tackled in midfield. Juan Gamboa wrestles down Virgil Gray, and a little bit of early pushing and shoving at the tail end here. Arizona will start near midfield for their first possession. Now we get a look at the Arizona Rattlers quarterback, Nick Davila. 2,081 yards, 42 touchdowns on the year, and he's got a couple of great receivers to throw to. Rod Windsor is one of them. He's spread to the right side. Jason Gathers near side. And high motion goes Harvey. The lefty throws deep. Open, caught. Touchdown, Arizona on the opening play. A 27-yard pass to Trandon Harvey.
Dibs, this is, I want to say, the third or fourth week you and I have done a game like this, and it's the third or fourth time that the first play of the game, the other team does hitch and go. And I don't know if it's something they see on film or something that they just know from going up against the SaberCats before what's going on, but every play we're getting hitch and go for a big play.
So a rough start for San Jose. First play touchdown, and the PAT is on the way. It's up, and it's good. 1:13 into this one, and Arizona strikes for the first touchdown one play, Steve, to get on the board.
Yeah, and again, I don't know if it's Eddie Moulton's aggressiveness or Eddie Moulton's, wanting to make that play, but teams are really going at him early and often with hitch and goes. We saw Tulsa do it. We saw Philadelphia do it last 2 weeks ago. Now Arizona does it, and every single time it's just a simple hitch and go, and he's driving the ball, trying to get interceptions, and that's something where Coach Jarnigan's got to settle him down at every game, or maybe call a zone coverage to start the game off so he doesn't get beat like that.
So the Cats beaten deep on the opening play. Arizona does exactly what it wants to start the ball game. And now we'll see what San Jose can do with their first possession. Fabrizio Scaccia, the kicker for Arizona, spent a little bit of time in Niner camp. Big acquisition by Arizona. The league touting it as one of the big signings, a former NFL player here in the Arena League. Mervyn Brookins back deep, and he'll take it high off the net, 5 yards deep. Flag down, Brookins to the right side. He's got room, tripped up at the 15-yard line. Nice ankle tackle by Marquise Floyd, and we'll see what the flag is.
This is one of the areas I think SaberCats got to get better at, and that's their special team, especially kickoff return. Mervyn looked like he had a little crease there and got tripped up.
Throwing the kick. And Rudy Black in the back, number 19 of the kicking team. 10 yards from the end of the row, touchdown.
So that goes against Marquise Floyd, former SaberCat, another former NFL player. And boy, was he terrific here in San Jose. The tail end of the Cats run in 2008, teaming with Clevan Thomas. Really the heir apparent here in San Jose before things fell apart.
And with his coach now, Omar Smith, who's with in Arizona right now.
1st and 10 at the Arizona 23. Our first look at Ben Nelson, but not just yet. We had contact before the snap. Ontaj Hawthorne. So encroachment here, Steve, as Hawthorne, the big pass rusher, off the nose, committed the penalty.
And sometimes coaches tell defensive nose guards to do that on the first play. You're only giving up 5 yards, and you kind of want to set a precedence and let the center know, hey, we're going to be coming all day long.
We've got Amy Toller and Ben Nelson as the starting receivers. Couple of injuries to San Jose. It's a running play. Chad Cook, far side of the 15, gets some contact in the tank. Picks up about 3 on that first down run.
Yeah, that was a free play here. We got offsides against Arizona in the first place. That was just a change up to see if they're going to come to keep them honest and slow them down. And I've already seen Bill Toller get into it a little bit with Vince Hill already down here in the blocking game.
Well, the tank got 5, and it's a 1st and 10. Flowers and Goodson both out injured, and Ben Nelson makes his debut. There's Otis Amy also making his debut, and his first catch as a SaberCat inside the 5, and another San Jose first down, that appears.
I like what Coach Skip Foster's doing already. He's staying true to his form, staying true to what he's doing. He's going to run sail. Ben Nelson's been there. He's a veteran. He's going to know all the keys, and what he's doing with Amy is keeping him on the backside right now, so his reads aren't as major as they would be on the front side, and it's worked out for him so far.
9 yards for Amy. This is usually tank territory. 2nd down and 1 from the 4. Nelson, high motion, looking to get open. Grebe fires, back of the end zone, and incomplete. Bill Toller out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Bill just tiptoed that end line a little bit too much, maybe his foot or so out of the end zone. And this play right here, that's where Mark Grebe is so focused down the field. If Mark Grebe would have took his eyes off of Bill just for a half second, there was no one in front of him. The Jack linebacker rushed out. The Mac linebacker was out of the way. Mark Grebe could have walked into the end zone for a touchdown, but knowing Mark and how he is, he likes throwing the ball and getting these receivers involved.
So now 3rd down and 1 from the 4. Arizona leading 7-0 in the early going. Chad Cook, the running back. Grebe to throw. Sets. Still looking. Fires. Caught. Near the goal line. Touchdown. Otis Amy came back to the football. Caught it on the goal line. And the SaberCats are on the board.
Yeah, that play right there, that started off with the pass protection. Mark Grebe checked all three of his receivers. He looked down the field. He kept his feet moving. He kept the pocket in place. Hit Amy on a little, like a comeback out route. And the thing that Amy did right there is he cut off the defender's hip, came back to the ball, brought it in, and secured it to his chest for a touchdown.
Juan Gamboa for the PAT, 49 for 60 this year on points after. Good, not great percentage. McLeod Bethel Thompson, the hold, and Gamboa missed it. Off the left upright. So Gamboa has missed at least one PAT in each of the ball games. 10:21 to go. First quarter, Rattlers lead 7-6. You're listening to SaberCat Football on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
Attention parents. If your son is 11 to 17 years old and exhibits oppositional or defiant behavior patterns, we want to prove that our best-selling child behavior program, The Total Transformation, will work for you. And we're willing to give it to you for free. For a limited time, we are offering the entire program free if you're the parent of an 11 to 17-year-old male child as part of a national market research project. If you're struggling with disrespect, backtalk, lying, school problems, or defiant behavior, you can get the Total Transformation free by calling 1-800-328-3070. Call now and find out how you can participate in this limited-time market research project. By sending in your results, you'll get our $300 child behavior program for free. Limited number of free programs available. Call now. 1-800-328-3070. 1-800-328-3070. That's 1-800-328-3070. 1-800-328-3070.
Here's a chance to learn the South Bay just a little bit better. Go out and about with Lee Weimers every Monday right here on 1590 KLIV. Now, back to San Jose SaberCats football.
Back at HP, Rattlers lead 7-6. Gamboa's missed PAT, the difference. But, Pap, I have a feeling that this game's going to be 60s or even 70s here tonight.
Yeah, you got two very high-powered offenses coming in here. They know each other. Coach Jarnigan, Coach Guy. They know each other's coach. Skip Foster actually coaches Coach Guy. So I expect a high-scoring game. And in this game, I expect a lot of different nuances. Onside kicks, going for it on fourth down. A lot of things we haven't seen so far this season.
Trandon Harvey back deep for Arizona. Gamboa's kick will be off the right panel. Here's Harvey, 5 yards deep, running right. And nice tackle. Jamario O'Neal shook off a blocker and put Harvey down about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, right there. Great special teams play by the SaberCats kick cover team. Harvey actually looked like he had a couple of seams and he hesitated a little bit, and Jamario O'Neal welcomed him to the HP Pavilion, hitting him square in his chest like the way a football tackle is supposed to be made.
Arizona comes out for the second time on offense. All three receivers to the near side, Windsor, Harvey, and Geathers. Now Geathers in motion right. Davila open, caught. Windsor across the 15-yard line, near a first down.
You know, and that's one thing that he does. Windsor, he was in NFL. He's been in UFL. He was an offensive player of the year last year, and he's averaging about 15 catches. But the thing that he does, he's going to catch a lot of those underneath catches, and what they expect him to do tonight is catch those underneath catches and take them to the house. He'll have a lot of catches for a lot of yards and only one touchdown. So that's one thing the SaberCats got to keep in mind is keeping him out of the end zone. 65 catches for Windsor on the year. 2nd and 1. It's a running play. The big boy to the right side, and he's got room across the 20 down to the 15-yard line. They turned and gave it to Odie Armstrong, and a huge gain for Armstrong. Yeah, that was a great call right there by Coach Kevin Guy. I mean, he kind of caught the SaberCats off guard. And, you know, you wonder, Dibs, if this is something with, you remember when Coach Guy was here as a defensive coordinator, Coach Jarnigan coached under him. So now that he's had a chance to see what Coach Jarnigan does and they've had a chance to fill each other out, it's going to be interesting to see if he kind of knows what Coach Jarnigan might be in. 1st and 10 at the 13. It's a chess match. Windsor, high motion. Davila looking his way. Oh, he was pressured, but he got it away. Caught, touchdown. Trandon Harvey at the goal line. Nick Davila got rid of that just in the nick of time as he was pressured from the backside. Yes, we got good pressure on him, and you know what that reminded me of? The old school Kenny the Snake Snabler. He stood in that pocket as long as he could, and Eddie Moten actually covered the motion guy better than you can cover a guy, and I think what happened there is we kind of let the second receiver come off a little bit late and get in the end zone on a little delayed slant route.
Fabrizio Scaccia for the PAT, and it is good. Scaccia adds the point after 7:59 to go. First quarter, Arizona leads it 14-6. You're listening to SaberCat football on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
As more and more we put our lives on computer, we need to make sure our data are safe and secure. Optimum Recordable Media provide the ideal storage solution for recording, archiving, and sharing your life. Safeguard your music, pictures, desktop, personal, and business files with Optimum CDs and DVDs. Or look to the next generation. Blu-ray, recordable, and rewritable discs for high-def video or large amounts of data. Insist on Optimum Media for optimum performance. Available at all Fry's Electronics.
Z-Line Designs Furniture, proud sponsor of Kyle Busch in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, is also proud to be teaming up with Fry's Electronics to sponsor the powerful 2011 San Jose SaberCats. Winning races and winning design awards, Z-Line Designs is the fastest-selling brand of home office and home entertainment furniture with the largest assortment of products available in stores at Fry's Electronics or online at frys.com. Score your Z-Line Designs furniture today.
Silicon Valley news, weather, and traffic 24/7. And now, SaberCats football on 1590 KLIV.
Dan Dibley, Steve Papp, and Kirsten Fairchilds. Arizona needed 3 plays that time to score. And Papp, 4 plays on offense, 2 touchdowns. The Cats have got to find a way to slow down this Rattler offense.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something a little bit different. It's just too easy, and it's the last play there was pressure, but it was a breakdown in the coverage in the secondary. And if they want to have any chance of winning this ball game, they're going to have to try and slow Arizona down just a little bit.
Mervyn Brookins deep. Scotch's kick will go off the left side. He has to take it on a bounce. Brookins is swarmed under the goal line and stopped. Great kick from Fabrizio Scaccia. Brookins had trouble picking that one up off the net, Steve, and he had to pay for it.
Yeah, I think what Mervyn did right there is he thought the ball wasn't going to hit the net, and it actually carried a little bit further than he did. But I think what they need to do in this secondary of the kickoff return team is the guy who's protecting Mervyn. We were always told never go inside the 5-yard line. If you come back to the goal line and he catches the ball 2 or 3 yards, you're right up on him when he turns around, and you're not going to block anybody. You should set your heels at 5 yards, turn around, and try and help him from the 5-yard line.
So by rule, the ball placed at the 3-yard line. It's supposed to be the 2, but the ball's actually on the 3. So break for the Cats here. Amy, high motion. Grebe, quick drop. Now he has to fire to the right side to Toller, caught at the 6-yard line. Grebe wanted Amy, I think, immediately, but he was covered and had to go to his secondary target.
Yeah, what they're going to try and do this evening is Marquise Ford is a great cover corner. He's a great guy. He plays the backside. He played the backside here, and he's never really been a cornerback that covered the motion. So what San Jose is going to try and do a little bit tonight is put receivers in motion on him where he's got to actually cover the motion, see how he does it, see if they go to zone coverage when they do that and get what they want.
This time it'll be Toller in high motion, guarded by Vincent Hill. Grebe looking, and we had a flag down. Nelson with his first catch out to the 16-yard line. And some pushing and shoving after the play again. We'll see what the flag is. This one might be coming back, Pat.
Offense number 73. Half the distance from the previous spot. 2nd down.
We have Mark Lewis here with a hold, so this one will come back.
Well, you know what? Mark Lewis was our tight end to start the season. He's caught a couple of screen passes for touchdowns. He had to move over to center with the injury, and it's a little bit different when you're used to blocking at tight end, and you're not worried about snapping that ball and then getting your hands up. So it's a transition period for him, but he's a great athlete, a great person. He'll be able to pick it up and knock out the holding calls.
2nd and 9 now from the 3. Ben Nelson, high motion. Grebe with a flag down, fires, caught. Nelson near 1st down yardage. Ben Nelson, welcome back to San Jose. He had 151 catches, Steve, a year ago with Cleveland, 47 touchdowns, one of the great single years in arena football history.
Yeah, that's unheard of. I mean, those are people's career numbers, and he did it in a single season.
Penalty, remaining 2nd down.
So it's going to be an illegal procedure call, I believe, or illegal defense against Arizona.
The one thing that's a little different, I think that, it's a little disadvantage to the teams is, your offensive coordinator can be on the field telling the plays, but your defensive coordinator has to call the plays from the box. So you look at all the Arizona guys, and they're looking over behind their back at Omar trying to get the plays. If San Jose picks up the pace, you can catch them a little bit.
2nd down and 4. Grebe swings it out. Amy, left side, cuts back. 1st down. SaberCats. Nice little swing pass there to Otis Amy. Acts as almost like a running play.
Just like a toss. That's like an outdoor toss game. You're going to get the 2 receivers outside the block for him, and you're going to get it to Amy, let him put it in his hands, and see what he can do. And the one thing that's real evident right now is Coach Skip Foster's not going to try and play the shootout game with them. They've scored on a few plays and put us down 14-6, but he's doing what he's been doing. He's running an efficient offense. I'm very impressed.
1st and 10 from their own 14. 5.5 to go. Arizona up 14-6. Nelson high motion. Grebe rolling right, fires back left, out of bounds, flag down again here.
Illegal defense. Number 94, outside rush. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, you hear the call, outside rush. Steve, tell us exactly what that means.
Well, that means outside rush, there's an imaginary box. It's 5 yards deep, 5 yards wide. Well, it used to be 5 yards wide with the jack, but it's still for the guys up front. And what that means is the interior lineman can't rush outside. If you're an end, you have to stay outside. If you're that nose guard, you can't come inside. And if the jack comes one side, which he was playing 94, you can't go outside the box, the imaginary 5-yard box.
So an automatic first down, 1st and 10 now from the 19. Grebe throwing right side. Oh, incomplete. Toller put up and over the boards. He jumped high for the ball, and Vincent Hill deposited Burl Toller in the first row.
Yeah, and that throw was a little bit on the pressure. Arizona's really getting after Mark Grebe tonight. Mark Grebe, he got up off his backside. Chad Cook got off his backside. And I think that's the one thing that Coach Smith is going to try and do. He's going to try and put pressure on Mark Grebe. He's going to try and force Mark Grebe to throw some balls when he's not ready. And right there, he got a little bit high on there, putting Burl Toller up over the wall.
Well, Toller all right after that hit. Vincent Hill delivering the blow. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Grebe setting, firing left side, flag down. It's intended for Ben Nelson. Virgil Gray on the coverage. There was contact, and it's been a flag-laden first quarter.
Defense number 19, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, that's those keys I was talking about earlier, is playing through the emotions. The emotions are running high, not only because, it's a rivalry, not only because, they haven't played in 2 weeks and first place is on the line, but there's been a lot of talk in the locker room and on the field this week about what this game means and these other players, and some guys went out to dinner with each other last night, and you got friends, but when you get inside this arena, you get inside HP, all that friendship goes out the window, and your emotions and nerves start really taking over.
At holding on Marquise Floyd, former SaberCat, and another first down into Arizona territory. Grebe is pressured and sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Tyree Glasper came in and put the hit on Grebe.
Yeah, they've really been getting after Mark Grebe this evening, and the one thing about it is Tyree Glasper goes 6'3", 260. He's playing that linebacker spot, but he's actually a defensive lineman, so when he's coming in on Chad Cook, he's bringing a lot more momentum, a lot more power. He's actually a D lineman playing the linebacker, so Chad Cook's got to lower his pads, lower his butt, get up under him to block him. And what's also happening is when they slide, he's putting him on a free run on the backside tight end, and he's causing problems.
Loss of 9 on the play, 2nd down 19. Nelson, high motion. Grebe sets. There's going to be a holding call here, nearly intercepted. Atlas Harrion having a hard time on pass protection that time.
Offense, number 75. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is 3rd down.
Marcus Pittman on the rush. They're going to decline this hold. And the Cats right now looking out of sorts here, Steve.
Yeah, big time. And, this right now, you would think to calm this pass rush down, you would call a screen or something to slow them down a little bit. But in this situation, 3rd and a mile, I wouldn't do it, because if I'm thinking the way Coach Foster would be thinking, Coach Omar Smith over there is probably playing for the screen right here. So I would take a shot in the end zone.
Nelson high motion on 3rd and 19 from their own 20. Grebe fires, caught. Toller into Arizona territory at the 15-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, but a big chunk of the yardage coming back there.
Yeah, exactly what I thought. Omar Smith, the defensive coordinator of Arizona, he sent his jack linebacker to the field thinking hurricane or screen was going to come, and all Bill Turner did was see the linebacker running out there. He found a hole because they played zone coverage behind him, found the hole. Mark Grieve found him and got it in there, so now it makes this fourth and short instead of fourth and long.
It'll be 4th down and 4 at the Arizona 14. Big early play. Rattlers lead 14-6. First quarter. It's Amy in high motion. Grieve looking right. Stepping back, firing. Almost intercepted. Virgil Gray jumped the route. It was incomplete. And Arizona will take over on downs. That nearly was a pick 6 for Virgil Gray.
Yeah, we dodged the bullet there. Aaron Key is having some problems up front blocking.
Well, 2:06 to go here in the first quarter. Arizona with a big stop there. And Steve, you talked about the trash talk going on and the emotions taking place on the field. We've got a first-hand eyewitness down there. Let's get a sense for what's going on down there and go down to Kirsten Fairchild's.
Dan and Steve, it is so much fun here down on the field tonight. You know, I'm surrounded by longtime season ticket holders down here, the same faces, devoted SaberCats fans. And when Marquise Floyd first came out and went to the corner that he stood in so often as a SaberCat, but now wearing a Rattlers uniform, oh my gosh, the jawing back and forth. It's just not limited to the players on the field. You know, these fans that supported him for so many years, and a lot of good-natured joshing, and you know Marquise, he can give as good as he gets, but I'm afraid he may be a little outnumbered from the SaberCats fans. A lot of fun down here on the field tonight, a lot of intensity. Should be a great game.
Thanks, Kirsten. It's always intense when these two teams get together, but add to the fact that Kevin Guy, former SaberCat coordinator, Omar Smith, a legend in green, both now coaching, and of course, Kirsten talked about Marquise Floyd, a great young player here with San Jose, and of course, Jason Geathers, the very talented two-way player, only ramping things up here, Steve, emotion-wise.
Well, yeah, I mean, earlier this year they were calling Arizona San Jose South, so, I mean, that shows you the loyalties to these guys in the rivalry of where they're going to go. They're going to go closer to home, to a team so they can play San Jose.
Arizona 1st and 10 at their own 14. Another flag down, and this play will stop before it starts with a false start here on Arizona.
Offense, number 1, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So Arizona drawing many penalties. While we have a moment, let's talk about the weekly injury report brought to you by Dr. Arthur Ting, the official orthopedic surgeon of the San Jose SaberCats. A couple of key players out, Pat, Nietzsche and Flowers, and Samora Goodson, both hurt against Philly, both now on the injured list.
Yeah, and that, you know, luckily for us, we have two receivers, Amy and Nelson, that can step in because those two guys were a big part of our success early, and they're going to be missed.
1st and 15, deep ball, wide open, caught, incomplete, he dropped it. Ron Windsor, Steve, I thought he had pulled that in, but this is just a flat-out drop for Windsor.
Yeah, he beats Eddie Moten again and wide open, and DeVille puts a great pass on him right into his breadbasket, and I think what happens is he was too easy, and sometimes those are the hardest ones to catch. When it's too easy, you've got your defender beat. There would have been a touchdown for sure, because as soon as he touched the ball, he was crossing the goal line, and that's one he definitely wish he had back.
Oh, Ron Windsor with a huge drop. 2nd and 15 from their own 9. Davila setting, pressured, ball's out! The ball's out, the SaberCats have it! Francis Maka dives on the football, that was slap free, and the SaberCats with a huge stop.
You know something, and here's the irony to this whole situation. Luckily for us and happy for us, we get the ball on a turnover, but a play before that, it should have been a touchdown. This game could easily be 21-6, and that's why, as a football player, you got to make those plays when you get your opportunity. Right here, great job coming in there, swatting at the ball to knock it out of Davila's hands. Eric Phillips comes in and gets the ball, and Maka picks it up and almost rumbles into the end zone if he was stumbling, and gets us down to the 5-yard line.
Phillips with a huge defensive play. First and goal from the 5. Cook, the tank, left side, barrels in to the goal line. Touchdown, Chad Cook. He goes in from 4 yards out. Touchdown, number 17 on the ground for the tank. And HP comes to life.
I was shocked there, Dibs, that early in that first drive, they didn't get the ball to the Cook at all. We threw it in, and this time, the first time we get in there, you go back to your bread and butter. Let Chad Cook, 17 rushing touchdowns, unheard of in this league, especially so short of a season so far. You know, he's the bread and butter down inside that 5-yard line.
Gamboa here to make it a 1-point game. Time has run out in the first quarter, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And San Jose uses a huge defensive play from Eric Phillips. They go to the tank on the ground, and they're back in it. 1 quarter down, 3 to go. The Rattlers lead at 14-13 on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
Stepping back, the receiver's wide open. He throws. Touchdown!
Man, they're killing us. We need to step up our defense. We need to read their quarterback's mind.
Today, cybercrime is a huge threat, and the best way to beat the crooks is to play smarter and anticipate their game. ESET's proactive security does just that for businesses and consumers running Macs and Windows.
He's dropping back, spots his receiver, throws. Up the DB appears out of nowhere and returns it for a pick six. Amazing!
Catch internet threats. Get ESET's internet security products at your local Fry's store.
Tech ads. When you're searching for your best electronics buys, head over to Fry's.com, where you can find Fry's extraordinary selection, great prices, and super shipping with convenience. When you're online with Fry's, you can enjoy the best buys in technology, whether you're browsing the web at home or at your favorite local hotspot. Check in on Fry's.com and check out page after page of technological innovation. Fry's.com, where you'll find quality products at the lowest possible prices. Great savings, great selection. Now at Fry's.com. Fry's.com.
Your home for San Jose SaberCats Arena Football, 1590 KLIV.
Very entertaining first quarter here at HP Pavilion. Dan Dibley, Steve Papp, and Kirsten Fairchilds. And Steve, we talked about it during the break there. You talk a lot about big turning points in a football game, but we just saw a gigantic one. Rod Windsor dropping a sure touchdown, and the next play, won't you know it, a fumble in San Jose, able to cash in with Chad Cook.
Yeah, you watch this play, this develop, and Rod Windsor, if you will, is a GOAT in one sense. The very next play, Eric Phillips is a hero. Makes a great play, swats at the ball, causes the fumble, Maka recovers it, and one play later, you're in for a touchdown. Instead of being down possibly 2 scores, you're down 1 point. And the one thing that this is going to do is it's the momentum, because in that first half, Arizona played with a little bit more urgency. There was a lot of penalties, but they played with a lot more urgency. They played with a little more edge on their shoulder, and they played faster than we did. And it's going to be interesting to see if this turnover and now getting us within 1 point changes those tides in the momentum.
Keep in mind, San Jose will get the ball first to start the second half. So they just need to keep pace here, knowing they'll get the ball to start the third quarter. Gamboa out to kick. Virgil Gray this time, back deep for Arizona.
7 penalties in that first half. We got to really cut that down as both sides settle down into this ball game.
Gamboa tries to put it in the corner. It won't reach the net. Gray, 4 yards deep. Up the left side. Ben Nelson in on the tackle. Of course, Ben Nelson coming back to San Jose. It's been 3 years since he was a member of the Arena Bowl runner-up team back in 2008. Ben, my guest at halftime for Cats Corner. Do stay tuned for that here tonight at the half. We also had a chance to talk to Darren Arbette about the special nature of this here game. His former assistant, Kevin Guy, has moved on to Arizona. And here are the Rattlers. Davila, the quarterback, gathers high motion. It's a pass to Harvey. And good defense by Jamario O'Neal. Harvey made the catch, but then O'Neal moved in and made the stop, a gain of 3.
Yeah, Jamario O'Neal has been the quiet assassin, if you will, on this defense. It's gotten better every week. We've improved every week. still not where we want to be as far as the statistical ratings are. We're still kind of towards the end, but the one thing he's been constant. He's an actual defensive back playing that linebacker spot, but he has a chip on his shoulder. Every time he tries to make a tackle, he brings the wood.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Geathers, high motion. Davila pressured, throws for the corner, and Mervyn Brookins with terrific coverage down the field. Guarding Trandon Harvey. Brookins was there step for step, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, great coverage by Mervyn right there. He reads the receiver's route, runs stride for stride with him, doesn't look back, doesn't get caught up in the ahs and oohs of the crowd. He waits for the ball to come. It's high, no chance for the receiver to catch the ball, and that's the kind of coverage that we've been expecting out of Mervyn. That's what we've been wanting to see, and over the last course of the 2 or 3 weeks, that's what this defense has been able to do. They've been able to cover receivers and be in the right place at the right time.
3rd and 8, Arizona leads the league in third down conversions. Davila, pass caught, first down. Trandon Harvey, little dig route, just got past the stick, made the catch, and they will move the chains.
Yeah, that's a simple stop route. He's going to run a 10-yard hitch route, or in this case, he's going to run to the first down markers, turn around, and right there, if you're Eddie Moulton, you got to respect it. You got to respect that he can go hitch and go. You got to respect that he can go sail. So what you want to do there is you want to make sure if he does get the first down, that's all he does. He doesn't get any yak yards after the catch.
1st and 10 at the San Jose 22. Rattlers lead 14-13. Davila, quick throw, caught. Windsor into the 15-yard line. Tried to break through the tackle of Eddie Moulton, but couldn't. But still a good pickup on first down of 7 yards.
Yeah, you'll take 7 yards any day of the week on first down on a little screen pass like that because, in this league, you don't really run the ball as much, and the screen plays are like toss plays in the outdoor game or the stretch plays in the outdoor game, just to kind of get the receiver outside with the ball in his hands with the blocker in front of him. And, from what I'm seeing from early on in the game, Coach Guy's been running a lot of screens, and I don't think he thinks the secondary of the SaberCats can tackle very well.
2nd and 2 at the 14. Harvey high motion. Davila pumps. Fires caught. Windsor walks in. Touchdown. And Kevin Guy, the coach, came out and pumped the big fist. Very demonstrative after Windsor broke in for the touchdown.
Very animated, Coach Guy. And he's a fiery guy when he was here. He's real emotional. He gets involved in the ball games, and right there, Dwight McLean was burnt again or beat on the same exact play he was on the second one where that receiver acts like he's going to run to the wall. He's just going to sit there for a minute, and then he's going to run a quick slant, and Davila's had time to be able to wait on him, and that's 2 touchdowns.
Scotcha for the PAT. Kick up, and it is good. So 11:28 to go in the first half. Arizona answers. They lead San Jose 21-13. You're listening to SaberCat Football on KLIV 1590 AM, San Jose.
Micro talks with a real Ford service advisor about a big event.
Fiona, if I didn't know better, I'd say you're having some sort of, sales event?
Yes, we are. The big tire and brake sales event.
What are the important aspects of the sale?
Right now we have special rebates, offers, and discounts.
Stop by a Ford dealer now to buy 4 select tires and get a $100 rebate. And get a $40 rebate on Motorcraft Complete Brake Service.
So you have a lot of tires, and it involves brakes too.
Correct.
Which is why it's called the Big Tire and Brake Sales Event.
You're good.
Yeah, thank you.
See participating dealership or visit FordOwner.com for vehicle exclusions and rebate details through 5/31/11.
Live from Progressive. Flo here. Today I'm talking about Progressive's Snapshot Discount. It's our biggest discount yet. It's the Grand Canyon of discounts. It's the white whale of keeping cash in your pocket. It's so big astronauts will say, I can see the Snapshot Discount from way up here. Well, you get the point.
The Snapshot Discount. It's new, it's a big deal, and it's finally here. Learn more at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and its affiliates, Mayfield Village, Ohio. Prices vary based on how you buy. Snapshot is not available in all states.
Find out what you can do for fun here in the South Bay with Brian Adams' Entertainment Minute. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, right here on 1590 KLIV. Now, back to San Jose SaberCats football.
6-play, 34-yard drive for Arizona as they increase the lead to 8 points, 21-13. Dan Dibley, Steve Papp, and Kirsten Fairchilds. We'll see if the SaberCats can answer here, Pap. They've had the ball 3 times. They've scored twice, and 1 time they had to give it up on downs. Kick going off the net. Brookins, 5 yards deep, will bring it out. And a flag down. Chad Cook blocked in the back, so this is not going to matter. Brookins across midfield, inside the 20-yard line. And Chad Cook standing alone back at the 10-yard line. He knows what he did, and unfortunately, so does the official.
Yeah, and that's just a player trying to make a play for his teammate.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 26. Half the distance from the spot of the foul. First down.
I tell you something that's demoralizing about that is you're Mervyn Brookins. You don't know what's going on. You're just trying to score. You're trying to make a play, and then you get up and you see that yellow hanky on the turf, and you know it's against one of your teammates, and it kind of demoralizes your spirits.
It's a great return from Brookins, made possible, though, by the penalty. Cheeto Wakocha into the game for the first time. Nelson and Amy, the other receivers. Ben goes in high motion. And almost intercepted. He was looking for Nelson. Kevin McCullough playing the jack spot. Read that pass and almost picked it off.
Yeah, that was a great job right there by Kevin McCullough. And, again, that's Omar Smith kind of knowing, even though Skip Foster's an offensive coordinator, there's no Terry Malley. You watch enough film, you get people have tendencies. You know what Mark Reeves is going to do coming out of here, and that's Coach Omar Smith calling a great defensive play.
2nd and 10 from their own 3. Nelson high motion. Grebe throws that way and incomplete. Oh, he got it back. He caught it off the wall. Unbelievable play. Vincent Hill on the coverage. It bounced off Nelson's hands into the wall, and he was able to recover it off the wall for a catch.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that you look at and you go, wow, because a half a second earlier, that would have been pick 6. 2 seconds later, it was an incomplete pass, but that's Ben Nelson's experience and maturity to know the game isn't over when that ball hits the wall.
1st and 10 at the 16 off a fluky play. Grebe sets. He's got time. Deep, but Nelson and Grebe mixed up. That ball falls to the ground. Ben broke off his route short, and Grebe thought he was going deep, and that's what you're going to get when you have two players who have not played together in years.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I was a little bit concerned with tonight when I spoke with Coach Arbet is Ben Nelson, has come back and some things have changed since he was here, and he wants to go back to running the things the way that he was used to running them. And, you got to realize you're the new kid on the block. You might be the veteran, you might be the all-star coming back, but you're the new kid on the block. There's a new system in place, and you have to conform to those new rules and reads, and that one, he seemed like he didn't understand it.
2nd and 10 from the 16. Arizona leads 21-13. Grebe throws high and complete. Otis Amy the intended target. And without Goodson and Flowers, the offense looking a little bit out of sync.
Yeah, and a lot of it is due to a lot of pressure being put on Mark Grebe. The Arizona Rattlers are really getting after Mark Grebe. They're not letting him just sit back there and throw and pick the secondary apart. And, SaberCats had an extra week of practice, so you would think these guys would have got into a little bit more sync and got involved in a little bit more of the offense and got in more of a rhythm, but you do not. There's nothing like playing a game. You cannot simulate it in practice.
3rd and 10 from the 16. Nelson high motion. Grebe scrambled away from pressure. Wakocha incomplete. That one thrown high. Vincent Hill, and Virgil Gray on the coverage. And how often do you see Mark Grebe throw 3 straight incompletes?
Well, not very often, but to give the Arizona Rattlers credit, they're covering these SaberCat receivers like white on rice. I mean, every play somebody is in somebody's look. They're in somebody's grill. There's not a receiver that's been open, and this is something where, Coach Foster's going to have to dig into that bag of tricks and try and come up with something to get these receivers open.
4th and 10 from the 16. And we'll get a flag down. Looked like Aaron Kia might have moved. And that's an ill-timed false start there.
I thought they would go ahead and kick this one here and try and, play some defense. This is a big play here. You haven't stopped Arizona's offense at all except for the fumble by Perry. You might be possibly giving them the ball here on the 10-yard line. This is a very important play. It's still early, but this is a very important play for San Jose.
4th and 15 from their own 11. They need to get across midfield. Grebe looking down the field, throws, caught, Wakocha, first down. Oh, Machito took a savage hit right on the thigh, and he is down at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great play by Mark Grebe right there. He bought a little bit of time. Cheeto runs a little hitch route, a 5-yard hitch route, realizes, about a 10-yard hitch route. He wasn't at the first down. He saw the jack linebacker running towards him, so what he does is he does what anybody does in a scramble drill. He takes off, and Mark Grebe, if you had that pass right there, was probably one of the most beautiful passes I've seen Mark Grebe throw in a while. Touch pass right over the the linebacker's head in front of the safety, in front of the cornerback. Great job by Cheeto, and now the only thing is, with already 2 receivers being down, this is something you don't want to see if you're a SaberCat fan.
Already thin at wide receiver. Today they only dressed 4 receivers, as far as I can tell. Amy, Nelson, Toller, and Wakocha. Of course, old familiar number 9 is back with San Jose. James Rowe re-signed this week. Had a chance to visit with him before the game tonight. He's not in uniform for the Cats, but he likely will return next week. James Rowe, the all-time leader for the franchise in touchdown catches, in scoring, in receiving yards, every major category. Rowe is the leader, and you hear the crowd give Wakocha a hand as he's on his feet, being helped out.
Good to see him get up and walk on his own into there. He still looks like he's in pain, but I might have to dust off the old cleats. I was telling Rowe, if the receivers keep getting hurt, he comes back. I'm coming back, but mine is all a myth. But the way it's looking, I might have to stand up to my promise with the receivers going down like they're going down. Hopefully, Cheeto Cinco is okay, and it's maybe just a thigh bruise or something minor.
A return of the Pap would be unbelievable. Cats get a huge first down at the Arizona 22. Grebe throws left, caught, Toller. What a 5-yard pickup and a nifty grab there by Burl Toller.
It's kind of ironic here that, Greaves got his, Ben Nelson back, and he's got Amy, who's a great, addition to this team. And, you're kind of wondering if Greaves' throws are a little off because of the new receivers, or he doesn't have his old receivers, or the week and a half layoff that they've played. Maybe, he's got to shake off a little rust, because a lot of these balls are coming out wide and high a little bit this evening.
2nd and 4 at the 17. Nelson high motion. Grebe looking right. Throws. Caught. Toller down about the 11. Decleated by Vincent Hill. But he does pick up a first down.
I don't know where this Hill kid came from, but he delivers the wood. He is making these receivers for the SaberCats earn their stripes here. Every catch, he's in their face. Every catch, Virgil Gray, Vince Hill, Marquise Floyd, they're sticking to these receivers, and not only sticking to them in coverage, but after the catch is made, they're putting a licking on these receivers. And this is something that I think Omar's taking pride in, is really getting in the receiver's face of the SaberCats.
Long drive here for San Jose. 1st and 10 at the 11. Grebe dropping back. Now he's going to roll with pressure. He's going to run it. Grebe puts himself out of bounds inside the 10-yard line and then tries to keep running. Mark Grebe with a little sneaky play there. He put himself out of bounds and then tried to continue on as if he wasn't down.
And the bad thing about that, I understand Mark Grebe, hey, just because I'm going out of bounds and I'm a future Hall of Famer and you're not going to hit me, if that whistle doesn't blow, I'm going to try and continue. Now, the bad thing about it is, if one of them hard-hitting safeties would have actually got a hold of Mark Grebe when he was running in there like that, we might be looking at an injury on Mark Grebe's part. Smart play, but he's got to be careful.
Well, the whistle did blow, so give Grebe 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 from the 9. Nelson high motion. Grebe looking over the middle, throws. Nelson batted down and almost intercepted. Virgil Gray tipped it. Vincent Hill dove for it. And Pap, you mentioned it, this Arizona defense is everywhere.
I don't know what's come over them. I don't know if this is the 2-week layoff or the new receivers, but this right now by far is the best I've seen these guys play. I've said it all along that I thought Arizona was one of the best teams in the league. Then you look at the record, and they haven't beaten anybody over 500 but Jacksonville. But tonight, they have come to play tonight, and they're proving their worth as far as being one of the elite teams in the league with this defensive performance they're putting on this evening.
3rd down and 8. Cats are laboring for yards. Grebe puts it down. He's going to run it. 5. Grebe dives. Touchdown. Mark Grebe. The youthful, explosive legs of Mark Grebe. And he goes in for a huge touchdown.
Great play right there, Mark Grebe. Great play. Secondary right there. They put Marquise Floyd in the middle. He's covering the motion man there. He does a great job. Virgil Hill, these guys are covering these receivers, and where Mark Grieve gets forced out of the pocket, and that's something we're not used to seeing. He's already taken off twice here tonight, and I think he realizes he's going to have to do it a little bit, versatile this evening.
Gamboa for the PAT. It is up, and it is good. An 11-play, 47-yard drive. San Jose cashes it in. 3:51 to go, first half. Arizona leads 21-20 on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
Is your home safe? Are your loved ones in danger? Who's watching your property while you're at the game? Take control with the Swan Easy DIY Security Solution. There's a full range of Swan's high-quality and affordable security solutions at your local Fry's Electronics store. Swan Security Solutions are easy to install and use and connect to your existing TV. Safeguard your loved ones, protect your property, and deter thieves. Get the convenience of a professional security system at a fraction of the cost. Everything you need is in the pack. Fry's Electronics have the biggest and best range of Swan's easy DIY security solutions at incredible prices. There's Swan security cameras for under $50, wireless surveillance kits and digital video recorders for under $200. Check in store for special offers or go online at Fry's.com and search for Swan, SWANN. Swan proudly supports the SaberCats. Go SaberCats. Don't forget Swan Easy DIY Security Solutions, an easy and affordable way to keep your home safe. Swan, SWANN.
You're listening to the San Jose SaberCats Arena Football on 1590 KLIV.
Back at HP, where San Jose trails 21-20 against Arizona. And Pap, so far the story in this one, Arizona's very staunch defense making San Jose earn every yard.
Yeah, they are definitely making us earn it this evening. Once the penalties started getting away and we started getting back to actually playing football, we got to see two good teams going at it, but I must admit, Arizona's defense tonight, I don't know if they're in Coach Skip Foster's back pocket. I don't know if they're in Mark Greaves' huddle while the play's going, but there is not a SaberCat receiver that has been open very long or had a step or two on a receiver. And then what I'm very impressed with is once we do catch the ball, we are taking shots. These defensive backs for the Arizona Rattlers are bringing the wood, and that's something where, I'm expecting Coach Foster maybe to switch up a little bit, maybe look for a screen here or there, or try and see if we can double move them to create some space.
Gamboa with a kick from our right to our left. And this time Arizona with Trandon Harvey back. Line drive kick from Juan through the slack net, and Harvey will not be able to recover it. Excellent job that time from Gamboa. Putting it through the slack net. Arizona will start now at the 5-yard line. Their worst field position of the night so far.
Yeah, that'll keep you getting a paycheck right there, Gamboa. Putting it through that slack net like that, that'll keep your paycheck coming in every week. Now it's a time for the SaberCat defense to try and step up and make a stand.
Arizona only 12 offensive plays in the first half so far.
Well, I tell you one thing, Dibbs. If you give me 12 plays and 21 points and possibly 28 points in 12 plays, I'll take it every day of the week.
Just to contrast, 12 plays for Arizona on the night, and San Jose with 11 plays on the last drive.
Yeah, not to make excuses for us this evening, but, for the fans that haven't been following or, you're just now, tuning in, offensive lineman, your starting center's hurt. Your starting actual guard is hurt. Two of your best receivers are hurt. Your best defensive lineman's hurt. We've gone through a lot of injuries so far this season, and we've got players that have been able to step in and play and perform at a high level, but it's tough when you got a lot of injuries and you had that extra week off. But there's, like I said earlier, there's nothing like a game. We can go to practice every day. You can practice, but until you see another color jersey or another color helmet and the speed of practice picks up like in a game, there's nothing you can do to simulate it. All you can do in practice is get ready and get your mind right. But as far as putting those pads on and seeing the speed of it, it doesn't happen unless it's Friday or Saturday evenings.
It's especially hard to simulate a rivalry game such as this. San Jose leading the all-time series 20-16. First and 10 of their own 5. It's a run play. And he's just a handful. Very tough to tackle. Odie Armstrong, who barrels his way across the 15, finally put down at about the 18-yard line. Odie Armstrong goes for 13.
Yeah, that's Coach Kevin Guy understanding where he was on the field and understanding Coach Jarnigan's really going to try and get after him and make something happen here before the first half ends and, call a great play to try and catch SaberCats off guard.
And it did to the tune of 13 yards. Windsor and Harvey to the far side. Jason Geathers near. Now Harvey high motion, 1st and 10 at the 18. Davila throws. Harvey open, caught. First down across the 15. Little crossing route there. They lost track of Trandon Harvey.
Yeah, he's into the short side of the field, and, whenever you're in the short side of the field as a defensive back, you're thinking the guy's going to go post or dig back across your face where all the green turf is, and what Harvey did is he runs a sail. He goes back into the short side of the field. He's going to go post and then go back to the corner, and Davila with time is able to hit him in stride.
1st and 10 now at the San Jose 13. 2 minutes to go. Rattlers lead by 1. Davila throws left side, caught. Geathers to the 5. Eddie Moten jumps on him to help bring him down. But Jason Geathers gets down near first down yardage.
The one thing about these Arizona Rattlers receivers that is very intriguing is all three of them, you can throw hitch patterns. Rod Windsor is a guy that can make somebody miss in a phone booth. Jason Geathers in high school and college was a running back. So these are guys that are used to having the ball in their hands. They're not true receivers. So you can throw hitch routes and watch these guys marvel and create magic on their own. That's why I say, because you got to make sure we're sure tacklers this evening.
2nd and 1 at the 4. Could be Odie Armstrong. Instead, Davila looks to throw. Fires right side. Caught. Jason Geathers near the goal line. What a great one-handed grab. And Davila took a big hit after throwing that football.
Yeah, great catch by Jason Geathers. Mervyn Brookins was on him the best way you can cover somebody, and Davila puts it to that wall, and he reaches out with one hand, and he actually, when the ball was thrown, was in the end zone and had to come back to the ball and get it at about the 1.5.
So a 2-yard hookup to Jason Geathers, and we've reached the 1 minute warning point, and at this point we'll step aside as well. 1 minute to go in the first half. Arizona leads at 21-20. You're listening on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
As our lives become more and more digital, we need to make sure our data is safe and secure. Kodak Recordable Media is ideal for backing up your life. Kodak CDs and DVDs safeguard your music, pictures, personal and business files. Kodak double-layer DVDs are the perfect choice for home videos. Or look to Blu-ray recordable and rewritable discs for high-def video or large amounts of data. Insist on Kodak, a trusted brand for over 100 years. Available at Fry's Electronics.
Now, back to more SaberCat Arena Football on 1590 KLIV.
Back here at HP, 1 minute to go. Arizona leads at 21-20. While we have a moment, let's go down to our sideline reporter, Kirsten Fairchilds.
Dan, as you mentioned earlier, the record between these two teams, this is also the 20th regular season meeting between these teams. So much history. San Jose has won 6 in a row.
Thank you, Kirsten. Quarterback draw here. Davila tries to get in and won't. Francis Maka with the tackle. That was on 2nd down and goal at the 2. Now we'll get a timeout here taken by San Jose, Pat.
Yeah. I want to touch on what Kirsten was talking about, and you talked about earlier about the rivalry. And what people don't realize is when we first came into this league in 1995 and Coach Shell was the coach here, Arizona beat us handily every single week. And I think when we finally became a team to be reckoned with, we became a team to, put our foot down and be reckoned in this league, is when we finally got over the hump of beating Arizona. Because the early on matches, it was Arizona, we would hate to play Arizona because we could not beat them. I remember going down there one Saturday night. I mean, it might have been something like 60-20. And that we went back and regrouped after that game and said, you know what, until we want to be an elite team with the Tampa Bays and Orlando, we have to be able to beat Arizona. And once we put it to them the next year, since that moment on of 98, it's been San Jose ever since.
That's one of the topics we talk about with the coach coming up at halftime. Arizona's got the jumbo package in on 2nd and goal. Armstrong runs right, flag down, and he is stopped short Francis Maka. And we'll see what the penalty is here, Steve. So San Jose will take the yards here, Steve. Instead of making it 3rd down and 3, they're going to make it 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that's an interesting call. I thought they would keep the ball where it was and make it 3rd down because they get, we get the ball at halftime, and I think, what Arizona might try and do here is maybe run it again and then settle for a field goal. But knowing Coach Kevin Guy, he's going to take his shot at the end zone. He wants to win this ball game. He wants to take all the momentum, and you hear this crowd now. He wants to take all that out of the equation.
Harvey and Windsor back in as Arizona goes back with their standard 3 wide receiver package. 2nd down and goal from the 7. Davila, fade, corner, thrown, incomplete. Rod Windsor had another chance at a touchdown and a 2nd drop from Windsor.
That is going to drive Coach Kevin Guy out of his mind. Good coverage right there by Dwight McLean, but the way the ball is thrown, Davila puts this ball where only his man can catch it in. Rod Windsor, that's 2 touchdown passes he should have caught that he's dropped, and that's something that's going to see if its psyche starts getting messed up with that.
Big play here on 3rd down and goal from the 7. A good crowd here at HP comes to life, and Arizona will take a timeout here. Rod Windsor, Pap, with a back shoulder fade there. A well-thrown ball from Nick Davila, but Windsor with his 2nd dropped touchdown of the ball game. And a big call here, Steve. 3rd down and 7 from the 7-yard line. What do you expect Arizona to do here? Maybe go back to the same play?
Well, see, it's kind of weird. I expect him to go back to the same play, but Coach Kevin Guy, he might have lost confidence in Windsor already. Might want to settle him down because that play not only takes a touchdown off the board and gives you another drop, it stopped the clock. And that's one thing I know Coach Kevin Guy wanted to do. He wanted to keep this clock going. With San Jose getting the ball at halftime, with us getting the ball at halftime, he does not want to let us get any points before we go into the half and then get out. So here, you might see a run. You might see something that gets him down to like the 1-yard line so he can run another play to run more time off the clock.
2nd, 3rd down of the night for Arizona. They lead the league in 3rd down conversions. Arizona's up 21-20. 42 seconds to go. Davila, corner, throws, incomplete. Oh, the flag down. They cannot get Eddie Moten for PI here. They were looking for Jason Geathers, and I can't believe they threw a flag here, Steve.
That was a bailout call. First of all, 2 guys can occupy the same space, and right there, all Eddie Moten did was stop his feet and keep his hands to himself, and I guess the official saw something we didn't see. Then, secondly, it was an uncatchable ball. I don't even think if Eddie Moten doesn't touch the receiver there, Gathers, the ball doesn't even get caught. So that's a bailout play here. And now it's going to be run. He's going to try and keep this clock going. This is what Coach Arbette needs to really get on those timeouts.
2 timeouts left for each team. 3 receivers, Gathers in high motion. 1st and goal from the 4. Davila, keeper, running for the corner. And he pushed out of bounds, and that will stop the clock. Davila got down near the 1-yard line. And some extracurriculars after the play. Brennan Carvalho of Arizona mixing it up, I believe, with Eric Phillips down there.
It seems to me Davila right there, all he was trying to do was burn time, and what San Jose should have did right there is tackled him earlier and pushed him out of bounds earlier because he wasn't trying to score. He was trying to just burn time off the clock.
32 seconds left. 2nd and goal from the 1. Davila, sneak. And Armstrong's trying to push him in, but he'll be short again. San Jose taking timeout with 26 seconds left. And you said it, Steve. Davila really showing no urgency to get in the end zone there.
Yeah, this is the chess match. A couple years ago, well, not a couple years ago, but back in the late 2000s when we played Tampa Bay here at home, the same thing. Tampa Bay Storm had 1st and goal with a chance to win with under 30 seconds to go, and Coach Tim Markham kept trying to quarterback sneak, got the 4th down, came up with a play to score for 4th down, didn't get in, ended up losing the ball game. As an offensive coordinator, I trust my defense. That's what they're out there for. I'm trying to score every time because right now, Coach Kevin Guy put himself in a situation, 3rd and goal. Yes, he can try another quarterback sneak, but now when it gets to 4th down, can you try that again? Because if you come away here with no points, you screwed yourself. And this is where Coach Jarnigan is either come up with one or two things. He's either said, play hard, keep him out of the end zone, call timeout, or he said, let him score so we can get the ball back.
26 seconds left. 3rd down and goal from just inside the 1. Arizona come back with a jumbo package. Armstrong in, touchdown, Arizona, and San Jose offered very little resistance there, Pat.
That's the old let them score. We got confidence in our offense. They're not going to do nothing we're not going to do nothing in the second half to really give this ball game away. Let them score. Give us a chance to go in here at least down by 1, down by 3, tie ball game or something like that. And that was a heads up play by Coach Jarnigan.
So by letting Arizona score, San Jose will have 24 seconds to work with. PAT from Scotcha is up and good. He's been perfect kicking the football. So 24 seconds to go. San Jose with 1 timeout, and they trail 28-20.
You know, and the thing that's going to be something you want to watch here right now is how does Coach Kip Foster attack this team with 1 timeout? Does he take a shot? Does he try and just get down in the field goal range? Because the one thing that we've noticed so far in the first half is the Arizona Rattlers have had their hands on a couple of balls, and that's what you don't want right now is you don't want a pick 6. You don't want a turnover. So it's going to be fascinating to see how he attacks the secondary of Arizona with 24 seconds and 1 timeout.
Well, it would obviously be very helpful to get a big return here from Mervyn Brookins to get San Jose in a position to at least try a field goal, a reasonably makeable field goal. You know,
you wonder, and I know Coach Arbett, and I know how this team and this organization is run, and you do your specialties every day at practice. You go over the 2 minute, you go over the 1 minute, you go over the 4 minute, but as we've touched on all the first half, you got a lot of these guys that are first game players that, their win might not be there, or they might not understand the audibles or the signals. So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe Coach Skip Foster goes to the sideline. That way they can huddle up.
Here's the kick. Just does miss the scoreboard. Brookins at the back of the end zone. Running right, up the sideline, cuts back, has a seam to the 15, and he crawls out near the 20-yard line. We do have a flag down back where Arizona kicked the ball.
Offside.
Offside. Kicking team, number 19. 10 yards from the end of the run. First down.
That's the second offside against Arizona. So a good return turns into an incredible return as the Cats will have it 1st and 10 at the Arizona 20.
Double negative. Great job by Mervyn getting this ball out past the 20-yard line and putting us in great situation. But now, when the field shrinks, now the coverages get a little bit closer. So now you really got to read your keys and run your right routes.
Grebe with 20 seconds, fires left. It's low, incomplete. Looking for Burl Toller on the left side. 15 seconds to go now in the half.
Yeah, see, and again, every pass by Mark Grebe that is under 10 yards, the Jack linebacker is in the vicinity of getting to that ball, and that's something where, these receivers got to start moving around a little bit more, trying to get a little bit more separation.
2nd and 10 from the 20, 15 seconds left. Grebe sets, fires over the middle. Oh, it's incomplete. It's intercepted, taken away by Virgil Gray up the left side, flag down. He's taken down inside the 15-yard line. Virgil Gray with the interception. And a terrible turn of events here at the end of the half.
Out of all the scenarios that you didn't want to have happen,
welcome back.
What happened? And now that letting Arizona score, letting them get that touchdown so you can get the ball. Now, will it come back to bite you? Will it come back to haunt you? And I don't think so here, Dibs, because 4 seconds, not a lot you can do. Still going to be a one-possession game with a 2-point play going into halftime. But the one thing is, you got to find ways to create space. You got to find ways to get these receivers open and let Mark Reed have passing lanes, because so far in the first half, the Arizona defense has stifled our offense this evening.
4 seconds to go here. The Rattlers up 28-20, and they're not going to try a field goal. They're going for it here. Davila, and this play will stop before it starts. And Arizona will take a timeout here before the play can even get underway.
You know what that was, Dibs? Right there, that was Coach Kevin Guy trying to see what San Jose was in. That's all that was. The guy in motion, running down in motion, wasn't going to go, because you could see him looking back to see when he was going to call timeout. That was to kind of get a feel, was San Jose going to be in cover 3, which is their 3-deep zone? Were they going to go to sky coverage? Were they going to go to cloud coverage and put the front side corner down? All that was showing Coach Kevin Guy what your cards were, so now he can call a play kind of conducive to what coverage he thinks you might be in to maybe get a possible big play here at the end. And what I look for is 2 receivers to the front side going to the field, and then somebody's going to be running a crossing pattern somewhere, an over route.
4 seconds to go. Davila quickly to the right side. Now they're out of time. Windsor is going to try to get some yards, but he's pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Very curious call there, Steve. They went to Rod Windsor on a quick pass to the right instead of trying a field goal. I don't understand that at all.
Well, what he thought is he was going to get zone coverage. He thought he was going to get 3 receivers playing deep, so he was going to throw the ball to his guy and get it to Windsor with space, let him make some people miss, and create something downfield. Fortunately for us, Coach Jarnigan kept his DBs close. We were able to tackle him for no gain, and in the first half, down only 8.
So we go to the locker room with San Jose trailing 28-20. The SaberCats offense having been stopped on 2 different occasions. Once they gave it over on downs, and another time Mark Reed threw an interception that was taken away by Virgil Gray just moments ago. Let's go down to the field now. Our Kirsten Fairchilds has the head coach, Darren Arbett.
Coach, what's the biggest factor in just 20 points of offense in the first half?
We just have to execute our offense. That's all we have to do. Is Mark had a couple of reads there that he didn't read it right, and we're going to get that corrected at halftime.
Rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how. 8 players per side on the field. Players may be offense or defense. The clock runs non-stop until the final minute of each half. No punting. No stunning or twisting. 1 receiver may move in forward motion before the snap. Rebounds off the net are allowed. Players can be tackled into the wall. And that's the rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how.
Welcome back. Our next guest will discuss a survey which reports that workplace disorganization costs lots of money. Joan, is this true?
I'm afraid so. Did you know office workers can waste up to $89 billion annually looking for misplaced items? And that's about 1 week per person each year.
What can businesses do?
Well, one great idea is the P-Touch electronic labeler.
Oh, a labeler.
Yep, you just type, print, and label. Folders, office equipment, laptops, memory sticks. Oh, and research shows that people feel more productive when the workplace is organized. You know, over 90% of professional organizers surveyed recommend P-Touch labelers.
Help save time and money. Help get better organized. Find an affordable Brother P-Touch labeler for your business at Fry's. Or visit us online at ptouchmeansbusiness.com.
Write up
up to opening day. No one will have wall-to-wall spring training coverage like Comcast Sportsnet. Our entire team has set up shop in the desert for Giants and A's Cactus League coverage like you've never seen before. Turn to Sportsnet Central every night at 6 and 10:30 for live reports and roster news. Chronicle Live at 5 and 11 for in-depth analysis and player interviews. And CSNBayArea.com 24/7 for breaking news and exclusive video. All from the TV home of the world champion Giants. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
I was about to throw away my slow computer. I even ordered a new one. Then I ran System Mechanic. Now, my old PC runs like when it was new.
Most PC problems are caused by faulty settings, clutter and fragmentation that result from normal use. System Mechanic cleans out errors and clutter, so PCs run smoothly, reliably, and up to 300% faster. System Mechanic is available at Fry's and other retailers and online at iolo.com. That's IOLO.com.
This is the 1590 KLIV Halftime News Report. I'm Gordon Matlock. Neil Nodato will be along shortly with a look at Silicon Valley traffic. Turning to our top story, San Jose police are investigating an early morning shooting that resulted in the deaths of 2 people. The incident was reported before 5 a.m. at a house in the 3400 block of Mount Prieta Drive. Officer Jose Garcia tells KLIV what they found at the crime scene.
We located 3 victims who had been shot at a residence. 2 victims were pronounced deceased at the scene. They were both identified as being 31-year-old males, San Jose residents, and a 17-year-old male who's also a San Jose resident taken to a local hospital with gunshot wounds.
Police are working to determine the identity of the suspects and what led to the shooting. An abandoned Victoria-style home caught fire last night in San Jose. The fire near the intersection of Park and Meridian Avenues was reported after 7 p.m. Captain Rob Brown with the San Jose Fire Department says it was a stubborn fire.
The older Victorian houses can be difficult to contain just due to the nature of the construction. Fires that start in the basement very quickly spread up into the attic and cause our crews a lot of trouble that way. We end up fire below us and above us.
It took firefighters about an hour to knock down the blaze and another 45 minutes to get control of it. They were also able to keep the fire from spreading to nearby houses. The fire caused an estimated $200,000 in damages. There were no injuries reported. A smoking plastic carton at an East Palo Alto home put a neighborhood on high alert yesterday afternoon. A woman who lives in the 900 block of Bain Street reported finding the container in her backyard with other trash after 12 p.m. Neighbors were advised to shelter in place while the hazmat crew investigated. They determined that there was muriatic acid in the carton, which is commonly used in cleaning. Officials with the Menlo Park Fire Protection District say it was likely a case of littering and not a malicious act. And this has been a 1590 KLIV Halftime News Report. We now turn to Neil Nodato with a look at Silicon Valley traffic.
1590 KLIV News Time, 8:51. Good evening. I'm Neil Nodato with the latest in Silicon Valley traffic. On southbound 101 at Alum Rock Avenue, we got word of a traffic collision. It occurred around 8:38. We've got one vehicle blocking the number 1 lane. The fire department is also blocking the number 1 lane. This accident is in the clearing stages. Crews have been on the scene since 8:45. And at this time, we have no other accidents or roadway hazards to report to you. And as of a few moments ago, there were no traffic slowdowns on any Silicon Valley roadway. That includes Highway 17 between here and Santa Cruz. KLIV News Time, 8:52. Let's take a look at your Weather Channel forecast for the South Bay. Tonight, we are expecting cloudy skies with a good chance of rain later. Look for temperatures to drop to a low near 52 degrees. The forecast for tomorrow is for partly cloudy skies with some winds and some cool daytime temperatures. Look for a high near 68. Sunday night, we're expecting mostly clear skies with a nighttime low near 48. Right now, we have cloudy skies above us. It's 58 degrees here in San Jose. KLIV News Time, 8:52.
If you're headed anywhere in Silicon Valley, check us out.
Pizza Party, home of the giant Belly Buster pizza, where kids eat free every night. We also offer gluten-free pizzas and the best fundraising in the Valley. Pizza Party gives you back 10% with our rewards program. Great for corporate accounts, and we seat 130 for dine-in. Pizza Party on Homestead Road at Lawrence Expressway in Santa Clara since 1962. Take $5 off any extra large when you mention this ad. Expires August 31st, 2011.
It's me, your computer. Listen, I'm tired of the Bush League security software you install. Get me some real protection from viruses and malware, or else don't ignore me. You know that folder on my hard drive labeled financial stuff, which is actually filled with 117 self-portraits of you in gladiator attire? I would hate for it to accidentally get emailed to everyone at your office. Get Norton, and it won't happen.
Deny digital dangers with Norton Internet Security 2011. Experience it at everyclickmatters.com.
Hey SaberCats fans, while you're cheering on your team, who's watching your house? You can be. With D-Link Home Modern Solutions, you can see your home from anywhere. Baby with the sitter, pets, kids doing homework. This you gotta see. How? Through an internet-connected PC or smartphone. Just place our easy-to-install network cameras around the house, then go to mydlink.com. Now you've got eyes on what's important, wherever you are. So see your home from anywhere starting today. For more info, visit mydlink.dlink.com or a Fry's Electronics near you.
Roger's PC has frozen and he's losing control.
You useless pile of
Poor Roger. Thinks his PC is the problem. Truth is, it is internet security slowing him down. Enough is enough. Titanium from Trend Micro is a whole new way to protect your PC. It stops web threats in the cloud before they reach you, and it uses less memory so your computer runs faster. Someone should tell Roger. Titanium from Trend Micro.
This is San Jose SaberCats Arena Football. Now the halftime show. Brought to you by Fry's.com, LG Electronics, Trend Micro, Symantec, D-Link, Swan Security, and NVIDIA. Once again, Dan Dibley and Steve Patton.
Okay, Coach's Corner. Dan Dibley here with Coach Darren Arbed. First, let's talk about the bye week. Were you able to get away and relax a little bit, Coach?
Yeah, I got away for about 3 or 4 days. Came back, and we had a great week of practice. Gave them a couple more days off, and had another pretty good week of practice.
How important is it for you as a coach to have that bye week, to give the players some time where they just don't have to think about football at all?
We needed it. The guys were beat up and tired, and we were able to recharge our batteries. And like I said, we had 2 great weeks of practice.
So you come in tonight and take on Arizona off an emotional win over Philadelphia. Kind of an emotional game here, too, with some familiar faces over there. How hard is it for you to approach this as just any other week?
It's a division game. The division games are big to us, and that's what we talk about. Arizona, Utah, Spokane, all those games are huge, and you have to put a special emphasis on those games because you need to win those.
Got some familiar faces coming back into the fold. Does it kind of take you back to 2007 again with Ben Nelson coming back and James Rowe being back in the fold?
It's great having those guys, but you don't have to say Neitron Flowers went down with the knee injury. Samora Goodson went down with a shoulder injury. Those guys did a tremendous job, and they're the reason why our record is what it is right now, because of those 2 guys. And hopefully they come back soon. But we were able to fill the void, and I think these guys can step up. Ben Nelson and James Rowe, as well as Otis Amy, we activated because we were depleted at the receiver spot.
I was going to ask you about Otis. He'll make his debut here tonight. What are some of the things that fans can look for from Otis Amy?
He's special. He plays harder than most receivers. That's his game. He's just playing hard. You're going to see him dive after balls tonight. You're going to see him run into the wall. You're going to see him dive for a ball into the stands. He's just a hard-nosed player.
A couple familiar faces on the other side tonight with Marquise Floyd and Jason Geathers. How hard is it for you to game plan against guys who you know so well and so personally?
Jason Geathers, one of the best athletes there is. He played at the U. Played running back, started at the U when they had those great teams at running back, receiver. He's just a tremendous athlete. And Marquise Floyd came here, played well, got a shot in the NFL, stuck for a while. And then Kevin Guy, what can you say? He came here, and in 2 years he did a tremendous job as a defensive coordinator and molded that secondary, and we won a championship.
Well, Coach, should be a fun one tonight with Arizona here. It's always such a good rivalry. Looking back at some of the great games against Arizona, what are some of the ones that stand out for you over the years? I mean, it's got to be more than 30 times you've squared off against the Rattlers.
Well, there's 2. The 2 that actually is 3, and we can go on and on. All of them were great. But when we first beat them here, we hadn't beat Arizona except one time, and it really didn't mean anything. They didn't bring their whole team, and I want to say 99 we beat them here, and that was a big one. Then you have to talk about the 2002 Arena Bowl when we had them down 45-0, 3.5 quarters into it. And then the big one was when we beat them in Arizona in 2004, They were the number 1 seed. We probably had about the 5th best team. Told the team if they flinch, they would kill us. And our guys went down there and got it done in the last few seconds and won the Arena Bowl.
With that great fourth down play, Coach, no one will ever forget it. Well, thanks for stopping by, and good luck tonight. We look forward to another W.
Hey, thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Darren, for joining us. Time now for some out-of-town scores brought to you by Trend Micro. New Orleans beats Kansas City 59-52, second win for the Voodoo this year. Tulsa with an upset over Chicago 64-45. The Rush fall to 5-3. Dallas with a win over Iowa 71-57. Dallas takes over sole possession of the Central. Pittsburgh beats Spokane 51-41. We're at the half at HP. The Rattlers lead the SaberCats 28-20. We'll welcome back Steve Pappin and get the third quarter kick after this. You're listening to SaberCat football on 1590 KLIV AM San Jose.
Does your business banker actually know what business you're in? Really understand what it is you do, how you make money, where your industry is heading? The next time he calls to let you know about the benefits of merging all your accounts, ask him, "Hey Joe, do you know who our competitors are? How our customers are changing? Where our future growth might come from?" If he can't answer your questions, maybe you should ask America. For almost 150 years, we've made it our business to thoroughly understand yours. That's why we surround our customers with a team of industry-specific professionals. Before we make a single
Rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how. 8 players per side on the field. Players may be offense or defense. The clock runs non-stop until the final minute of each half. No punting. No stunning or twisting. One receiver may move in forward motion before the snap. Rebounds off the net are allowed. Players can be tackled into the wall. And that's the rules of the game brought to you by Napa. Napa know-how.
For 25 years, PNY Technologies has been providing solutions for your computer and digital imaging needs. Flash memory cards, USB drives, PC memory upgrade modules, solid-state drives, high-speed HDMI cables, consumer graphics cards, and professional workstation graphics cards. Stop by your local Fry's Electronics store for deals on select PNY products or visit pny.com for more information. PNY. Make life simple.
Now, the second half of San Jose SaberCats Arena Football.
And Dibley and Steve Pappin back here at HP. Arizona up 28-20. And Steve, just looking quickly at the first half numbers, rough half for Mark Grebe.
Yeah, 9 of 20, 1 interception, 80 yards, 1 touchdown, a long of 17. The Arizona Rattlers defense have really been taking Mark Grebe out of this ball game.
San Jose will start from our left to our right. And despite being stopped twice, Steve, they're only down by 1 score. We are underway in the third quarter. Mervyn Brookins off the net, 5 yards deep. Running to the right side and tripped up at the 5-yard line and brought down. So a short return from Brookins, and San Jose will start 1st and 10 at their own 7.
Yeah, now we're going to see what went on in that halftime between these coaches. And right now we have a flag on the field with some extracurricular stuff going on and a lot of talking going on down there. And, you know, Moten and Gathers and O'Neal and Gathers. And
after the play, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 21. Half the distance to the goal. 1st and 10. Eddie Moten called for the penalty, and that's only half the distance, but you don't want to take these kind of penalties here, Steve, under any circumstance.
Not at all. Not when the way Arizona's getting after Mark Grebe and the secondary's playing. And that's something that, if you remember, Philadelphia beat us in 2008. Gathers was a SaberCat, Moten played for the Philadelphia Soul. So that could be something carrying over from a few years ago.
Cats 1st and 10 at their own 3. Nelson high motion, Grebe to throw, looking right, over the middle, caught by Ben at the 11-yard line. So Ben Nelson starting to maybe get more comfortable as time goes on here. It's been some time since he's played.
Yeah, and the reads are different. The way the offense is run is different. And right there, he does a great job because the jack linebacker for Arizona comes right in the throwing lane, and he finds his way to the hole for Mark Grebe to find him.
2nd and 2 from the 11. Amy, high motion. Grebe looks that way, but Amy fell down, and Grebe just had to throw that ball away. A flag did come down. Otis Amy, guarded by Kevin McCullough, stumbled. Grebe was going to throw to him and realized he was on the ground.
Contact. Defense number 20. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And I guess we know why he went down, Pat.
Yeah. McCullough gets outside of the box. He was a few yards outside of that imaginary box, and he goes out, and that's something that, Amy, being his first game, not really familiar with the arena game, has to really be taken into consideration is that guy can come get you now as long as he's within that 5-yard box.
So an automatic first down. 1st and 10 at the 16. Amy goes in motion, far side. Grebe to throw. Sets. Pressured now. Tries to step up, and he's brought down. Sacked on the play. Tyree Glasper. And we had a flag down as well here, Steve.
Yeah, I think we're going to get called for a holding call here, so I would assume they would decline and take the sack.
Offense number 73. Penalties decline. Result of the play, 2nd down.
And, Dibbs, that's a coverage sack. I couldn't see the actual holding play right there, but I know Tyree Glasper is really bringing pressure from that linebacker spot. But right there, they're trying to isolate Marquise Floyd, who's not used to playing in space and in motion. And right now, Mark Grebe was waiting on Otis Amy to make his post-corner move, and Marquise did a great job of covering him, which allowed the coverage sack.
Glasper gets the sack. 2nd down and 13 now. Grebe back, fires quickly out and intercepted, it appears. We've got a joint possession. Let's see which way they go with it, and they'll give it to Arizona. Vincent Hill took it away from Burl Toller, and a second INT thrown from Grebe.
That right there was like a cat seeing his prey in the wild. Right there, the jump on the ball by Vince Hill, was tremendous. He jumps inside of Burl Toller, who's running an out route, and literally took this ball from Burl. They both had it coming down, but, Ty goes to the runner, and Hill made a great defensive play. And something, Dibbs, we've talked about it earlier. This secondary of the Arizona Rattlers is something to be messed with.
1st and 10 at the San Jose 22. Davila throws to the corner. He had Windsor open, but he couldn't get it there, incomplete.
Yeah, Davila had a little pressure right there. If the pressure doesn't come from up front into his face, that's a touchdown to Rod Windsor. He's going to run a fake over route back to the corner, if you will, a token post corner here on McLean. And McLean, with his eyes in the backfield, is looking at Davila, and Windsor was wide open. It was just because of the pressure, couldn't actually get the ball to him.
Phillips and Hubner applying the pressure. 2nd and 10. From the 22, Davila setting, firing, caught at the 20, breaking away is Windsor to the 15, inside the 10, first down. Oh, we talk about the yak a lot, yards after catch, and Windsor got a handful there.
And that's what he does. He catches the short passes and he turns them into something. And right there, the secondary of the SaberCats, I assume everyone thought Eddie Moulton was going to make the tackle and he was going to go down. And, if Windsor doesn't stumble there and fall, that's a touchdown for Arizona.
It is a 16-yard pickup for Arizona now. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Davila sends Harvey in high motion. 3-step drop, flips it up, and incomplete. Flag down. We had some contact on the play in the end zone.
It's going to be holding on Moulton, I believe.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
They'll get Moulton for pass interference here. And this will move it to the 3-yard line.
Not only defensively is Arizona playing faster, offensively they're playing faster. Our guys in the secondary are eyes in the backfield, and I don't think they give this Arizona team much credit because Arizona's coming off of a loss to Spokane, who we beat. And you get caught up in that. Well, we beat them, you didn't, so you don't give a team respect. But I'm going to tell you right now, this Arizona Rattler football team can play some football.
1st and goal at the 3. Davila pressured, throws to the corner, incomplete. Hubner and Hippolyte that time pressuring Davila, he made a smart throw to just get rid of it.
Yeah, and that's when we're at our best. When we're putting pressure on Davila, when we got our guys up front getting pressure on Davila, putting pressure, whether it's Eric Phillips, Hubner, George Hippolyte, Maka, when we put pressure on the opposing team's cornerback is when our secondary plays at their best. When he's able to stand back there and read stuff, teams have been able to pick us apart. Even with the addition of Eddie Moden, that's still an area where we're trying to grow.
Second and goal from the 3. Harvey high motion. 3 receivers right. Davila setting, looking. They got to be a hold on that one. Throw, caught, touchdown. Harvey flagged down at the tail end of this one. And I tell you what, Pap, Adam Hubner was held and wrestled to the ground in the backfield.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Umpire pick number 3. 10 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
The rarely seen umpire pick here, Steve. And Jason Geathers apparently used the umpire to run a pick.
But to me, the flag came so late. If I'm the umpire or referee or whichever one he was, and I get picked, I'm throwing it right, and I might throw it at the receiver. That was kind of late, and I'm like you, I thought we were going to get a holding call on the Arizona Rattlers offense.
So a 10-yard penalty, and it'll be second down and 13 from the 13-yard line. Harvey high motion far side. Davila flag down yet again. Harvey end zone caught. Touchdown. 2 flags down. And Pap, it wouldn't be a play here tonight if there wasn't multiple pieces of yellow laundry on the field.
Illegal formation. Defense number 32. Holding. Offense number 32. Penalties offset. Second down.
Well, they're going to redo this play. I think they meant 31 defense. Francis Maka and an illegal formation. So they're going to redo this play.
And I tell you, the play that they missed, Jason Gathers ran right into Dwight McLean. I mean, it was a deliberate first play. The play before they used the umpire pick. That play, it was a receiver pick. He ran right into Dwight McLean, free in a receiver touchdown, and that play was not called. Luckily for us, we have the offsetting penalties to do it all over again.
This game moving along in fits and starts. Second and goal from the 13 again. Harvey high motion. Davila with time. Now pressured. Ball comes out. The ball was kicked free by Adam Hubner. He didn't realize the ball came out. And of course, Pap, a flag on the play.
I think you're going to get holding.
Offense number 32. Penalties declined. Result of the play is third down.
Good job, front 3. Hubner, Hippolyte, Phillips. They're all getting their Maka. They're finally putting pressure on them because what Arizona's doing is they're running double moves. They're running post corners. They're running corner posts. They're running hitch and goes, trying to get the SaberCats secondary to bite, trying to get the secondary because all year long the eyes of the secondary have been in the backfield, and that's what Coach Kevin Guy is trying to attack. But now the SaberCat defense realizes up front we need to get after Davila and make him get rid of that ball, make him hold it so we can get sacks.
Third and goal from the 23. Harvey high motion, quick pass caught by a lineman. The ball comes loose, and San Jose, no! They're going to say incomplete pass. I don't believe it. Steve Edwards, the lineman, came out and appeared to catch it and fumble it, but they're going to rule it incomplete. Oh, what a break for Arizona.
Yeah, kind of an interesting call there by Coach Kevin Guy. I understand you're down, you're trying to get something. All you want to do is get a field goal, but you throw the ball to the biggest, slowest man on the field. I don't understand the screenplay there.
Well, the play was open. Edwards had it, and he had room, but they ruled it incomplete. Now a field goal try of 39 yards from Scotcha. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Fabrizio Scotcha drills the 39-yarder, so Arizona gets points out of it nonetheless. 8:16 to go, third quarter. The Rattlers lead at 31-20 on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
AutoZone. Make your tires look better than new with help from AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Nothing complements a great car wash like tires with a deep, glossy, wet-looking shine. And right now at AutoZone, you can get your choice of select Blackmagic products for just $3.99. Easy to use and long-lasting. See store for restrictions and details. Give your tires a better-than-new shine. Get to AutoZone today. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Blurriness, wavy lines, blind spot, these are all symptoms of a chronic condition called wet age-related macular degeneration, also known as wet AMD. It can develop quickly and it's a leading cause of blindness in people 60 and older. Learn about your risk factors and find out how a retina specialist can help. Just visit amdawareness.org. And if you aren't seeing clearly, get checked now. Knowing the symptoms may save your sight. Learn more at amdawareness.org today. This message was brought to you by the American Society of Retina Specialists and Genentech.
This is 1590 KLIV, number one in the South Bay for local news and Silicon Valley traffic. Now, back to San Jose SaberCats football.
Dan Dibley, Steve Papp, and Kirsten Fairchild, and we go quickly down to Kirsten for an update on a wild sequence of events that series. Kirsten?
Well, on that nullified play with both the penalty, Jason Gathers, the former SaberCats, yelling and screaming at the SaberCats coaching staff. Arizona head coach Kevin Guy had to yank him out of there. Tensions are running high down here.
Thank you, Kirsten. So Arizona has to settle for 3. The Cats down 11. This kick high off the slack net. Brookins spins to the 5, now to the 10, to the 15, gets out to the 20. A flag comes down behind the play as Mervyn Brookins got out across midfield. But this one may be coming back again, Pap.
Yeah, I think we're going to get holding again.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 3. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
That'll be Burl Toller charged with the hold. So instead of starting in Arizona territory, the Cats all the way back at their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, and Mervyn, does a great job of getting out there, and you can't control what's going on with the blocking, but he needs to control his emotions. That was one of our keys with this game tonight, is control your emotions. Jason Gathers for Arizona is letting his get the best of him, and Mervyn's got to be able to control his emotions right there.
He spiked the ball at the tail end of that out of frustration. Nelson high motion, the throw to Toller, nice catch. Out to about the 9-yard line. And we talked about it. Mark Grebe, a very rough start. Now 10 for 23. Very unlike Grebe numbers. He came in, Pap, completing 71% on the year.
Yeah, the last play before the half was an interception. His third pass of the third quarter was an interception. So Coach Skip Foster is going to just try and get him back on rhythm right now with some short, easy throws.
2nd and 4 from the 10. Nelson. Underneath it's a screen to Cook. Chad Cook, the tank. Oh, he spins away from a tackler and gets out near the 20-yard line. He's about the most nimble 260-pound guy you'll ever see.
Yeah, when they told me he used to be an ex-tailback, I see why. He has great feet, great eyes, great vision. He's able to make people miss being 260, and that's one thing that it's very rare in this league that you find. Most fullbacks in this league are true fullbacks. They're big guys that can block. He is a multi-dimensional type of fullback, and that's a plus for the SaberCats.
9-yard reception and a first down. Otis Amy, high motion. 3 receivers left. Grebe looking left. Throws deep, and it's all incomplete. Vincent Hill with terrific coverage, knocking it out of the hands of Otis Amy.
Otis Amy does a great job of running his route right there. He's going to come around into the trips formation. He's going to get to the third receiver on the outside. He's going to run kind of a stutter go, not so much a hitch and go, but a stutter go on Virgil Hill. And Mark Grebe throws a great ball. Amy actually has the ball for a touchdown. Hill does a great job of coming up with his left hand and knocking that ball out, preventing the touchdown.
The Arizona secondary has been the story tonight, which is why they lead 31-20. 2nd and 10, Grebe setting up, pumps, tries to run, and he's tripped from behind. Flag down at the tail end of this one. And Mark Grebe
just bounced on him.
Is still down on the turf.
Let them play. They're going to call holding on the defensive back by the Arizona Rattlers, and Ben Nelson wasn't even running a route. I know I'm supposed to be for the SaberCats, and this is our team, but let them play. If the guy's not hustling and going fast, don't call a holding penalty when the defensive back is just there. It's slowing the gameplay down. It's slowing down the continuity of this game.
There is no foul for illegal contact. The quarterback had left the pocket. The result of the play is third down.
So perhaps the officials listening to the broadcast here on KLIV.
This force is very strong with me, young Skywalker.
Darth Papin, apparently. If I suddenly stop breathing, folks, you'll know why.
I know Ben Nelson needs to pick it up a little bit. He's a veteran. I know he's still coming off that injury, but he's got to start running fast. Arizona's bringing the pressure.
3rd down and 12. Grebe lost 2 on the previous play. Grebe throws, caught Ben Nelson, right on cue. Steve Papin channeling the force. I'll say, Ben Nelson.
Darth Vader breathe there. That's what you got to do, though, Dibs. I mean, Ben, it's a fast-paced game, and I know he's coming off an injury and he's back in the fold, but Arizona's bringing it up front. They are really applying pressure, so you've got to run your motions and your routes a lot faster. Just like Otis Amy, when he comes around in motion, he needs to run it James Rowe style and go.
1st and 10 of the 19. Big pickup from Nelson. Grebe pumps, fires to the end zone, and there's where you might see a flag, Pap. Marquise Floyd on the coverage. He got tangled with Otis Amy, and it's incomplete.
And that's Otis Amy not realizing arena football. He runs a nice route. He gets open, but he's got to stay flat. He's got to stay parallel to that line of scrimmage and cut off Marquise Floyd's hips, and that's a touchdown. Marquise Floyd does a great job of reaching his hand out there and knocking the ball away, but Otis Amy's got to cut off the guy's hip and be able to make the catch.
2nd and 10 at the 19. Arizona leads at 31-20. Grebe with Cook in the pattern, throws right, incomplete. Grebe was pressured that time by Antaj Hawthorne. He had nowhere to go, and he had to just throw it away.
Yeah, Arizona is bringing the pressure right there. They tried and slipped Chad Cook out on a little slip pattern to this wide side of the field. Linebacker for the Arizona Rattlers picks it up perfectly, and they're still able to apply pressure with only rushing 3. And that's something that we're not used to seeing here, but we do have to remember we have a makeshift offensive line. We have guys out of position and not used to playing, and I think Coach Guy and Coach Omar Smith are really feeding into that.
3rd down and 10 of the 19. Amy in motion, flag down. Grebe fires, caught. Amy inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. And pending the flag, this would be a 1st down.
Legal procedure formation. See, Dibs, now the difference right there is Tyree Glasper was used to playing in the stand-up role in the first half at the MAC linebacker where he's rushing from a stand-up 2-point stance. Now he's playing the nose position, that scene of events, and right over the ball, getting a little anxious, trying to get to Mark Grebe, knowing that Lewis isn't a true center, calls himself to get out of position.
13-yard hookup to Amy, 1st down and goal at the 6. Amy, Toller, and Nelson, your receivers. Otis Amy high motion. Grebe looking right. Now looks left. And he's pressured in. He goes down about the line of scrimmage. Aaron Kia beaten on the play by Kyle Harrington. And Grebe sacked for the 3rd time tonight.
Very uncharacteristic of Mark Grebe to get sacked, and I know the offensive line is a makeshift, and you got guys out of position, but this is where Coach Skip Foster and Coach Arbette got to really sit down and start thinking, okay, can we screen them? Can we run hurricane? Can we run 3-step? Just to keep the pressure off, because these defensive backs for Arizona are covering the receivers, and this front 4 is really applying pressure, so now you have to really start digging into what you can do to make it comfortable for Mark Grebe.
2nd and goal from the 7. Grebe, right, throws quickly, Amy! Is it caught? It is! Touchdown! SaberCats, there is a flag down, Pap, but this one likely against the defense.
Offensive pass interference. Otis Amy gets into the end zone, and I don't know if it was Virgil Hill or if it was, Vince Hill or Virgil Gray, but he runs a little out route, but what he does is he gets up on the defensive back's toes and pushes off as he comes out of his break. The reason why he was so wide open, and the official was right there all over it.
Well, the fans here disagreeing with the call vociferously. And a lot of flags here tonight, Pap.
Way too many.
Well, the Cats will be backed up now to their 17-yard line. 2nd and goal, actually from the 18. Nelson high motion. Grebe looks his way. Throws toward Ben. Oh, what a catch! Ben Nelson, touchdown! SaberCats, welcome home, Ben Nelson. The kid from Minnesota has found his home again in the SaberCat end zone.
Great play call right there. Instead of running the sail route, which is the 9-yard out, Coach Skip Foster allows to give him an actual corner route right there. And you know, great throw and great catch. But I swear to you, if Virgil Gray does not slip, that ball is batted away or picked off. He had perfect coverage.
Gamboa for the PAT to make it a 4-point game, and it is up, and the kick is good. 1:19 to go, third quarter. The Arizona Rattlers still lead 31-27. You're listening to SaberCat football on 1590 AM San Jose.
Stepping back, the receiver's wide open. He throws. Touchdown!
Man, they're killing us. We need to step up our defense. We need to read their quarterback's mind.
Today, cybercrime is a huge threat, and the best way to beat the crooks is to play smarter and anticipate their game. ESET's proactive security does just that for businesses and consumers running Macs and Windows.
He's dropping back, spots his receiver, throws. Up the DB appears out of nowhere and returns it for a pick six. Amazing!
Catch internet threats. Get ESET's internet security products at your local Fry store.
When you think of fashion, think of Peter Casera Clothiers in Sunnyvale on West El Camino Real in Hollenbeck. When you think of casual wear, think of Men's Fashions by Casera on Winchester in San Jose. Peter Casera Clothiers' grand opening celebration is happening now. Double your pleasure at both locations with a master tailor with more than 40 years of experience. Peter Casera will be there. Call 408-733-1234. Peter Casera Clothiers. You better believe it.
They might not play outdoors next year, but we're playing indoors right now. San Jose SaberCat Arena Football on 1590 KLIV.
Back at HP, where San Jose has had some epic drives tonight, Steve. That one, a total of 11 plays again, and the Cats able to find pay dirt, but they still trail by 4 points.
Yeah, we got pay dirt after some bad calls and some penalties pushed us back into a goal situation. The thing that those drives are doing, they're killing the clock. And right now the clock is not our friend because we do trail. We got to start picking up the pace.
Gamboa runs up and gets into one. A good kick. Jumped and taken by Virgil Gray. Running up the middle of the 10-yard line. Gray gets out near the 14. And Gamboa very nearly kicked that one off the frame, which would have caused havoc. Hill able to get it and get a good return out to the 14-yard line.
I'm going to see if my force is still strong here in HP tonight. I'm going to say, depending on how many touchdowns we get, someone's going to return a kickoff for a touchdown before the night's over.
1:09 to go, third quarter. We'll step aside again. Arizona leads at 31-27 on 1590 KLIV AM San Jose.
Is your home wireless network putting you to sleep? Wake up with the fastest wireless on the market today from TrendNet. Choose the first ever 450 megabit per second TrendNet wireless router to defeat Wimpy Wireless. The popular CNET technology site reviewed TrendNet's TEW691GR 450 megabit per second router and stated, bottom line, the fastest single band wireless end router we've seen. TrendNet for the highest performance. Network people trust.
Right up to opening day, no one will have wall-to-wall spring training coverage like Comcast Sportsnet. Our entire team has set up shop in the desert for Giants and A's Cactus League coverage like you've never seen before. Turn to Sportsnet Central every night at 6 and 10:30 for live reports and roster news. Chronicle Live at 5 and 11 for in-depth analysis and player interviews. And CSNBayArea.com 24/7 for breaking news and exclusive video. All from the TV home of the world champion Giants. Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
Now back to more action from San Jose's only championship team, the San Jose SaberCats on 1590 KLIV.
We're back at HP. Don't forget the next SaberCats home game, Saturday, May 28th against the Georgia Force at 7:30. The door is open at 6:30. Couple of road games up next for San Jose at Pittsburgh and at Utah. 1st and 10, Arizona, pass caught. On the left side, Rod Windsor. About a 5-yard pickup for Windsor on first down.
Yeah, Coach Kevin Guy, he's coming with a smart game plan tonight. get the ball underneath, take his shots when he has guys open. And, we haven't really been able to stop him or really force the issue here on defense. We've had a few calls of some fumbles here. And, right now is a time where we need to step up as a secondary and make something happen because we are down 4.
Second down and 5 of the 19. Davila throws, left side, Windsor caught. First down, Dwight McLean made the tackle. But again, a short pass to Windsor, good enough for 11.
Yeah, and that's it. Just pitch and catch. That's all he's doing is pitching and catching. He knows what the coverage is. He knows as a offensive coordinator that we're not spying, we're not batting balls down. He's just going to play pitch and catch, and his motto is going to be did for the rest of the game. If they score, we score. If they score, we score. Arizona wins the game.
Arizona can afford to do that. We are through 3 quarters. The Rattlers lead it 31-27. You're listening to SaberCat football on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
What if you could find a place where being fit and active is a fun family experience? At Silver Creek Sportsplex, you'll find sports for kids and adults starting as young as 18 months, from free beginner classes to advanced leagues and training. We have something for everyone, all in a warm, friendly atmosphere. Bay Area families love our summer camps, fantastic parties, Club One Fitness, and the High Five at the Plex restaurant, too. We're open to the public every day, so come on over. It's all under one roof at Silver Creek Sportsplex.
As our lives become more and more digital, we need to make sure our data is safe and secure. Kodak recordable media is ideal for backing up your life. Kodak CDs and DVDs safeguard your music, pictures, personal and business files. Kodak double-layer DVDs are the perfect choice for home videos. Or look to Blu-ray recordable and rewritable discs for high-def video or large amounts of data. Insist on Kodak, a trusted brand for over 100 years. Available at Fry's Electronics.
Silicon Valley news, weather, and traffic 24/7. And now, SaberCats football on 1590 KLIV.
Back here at HP Pavilion, we are through 3 quarters. And Steve, just taking a look at the quickie stats here, not a lot of offense on either side. I predicted it would be a shootout here tonight, but it's really been the defenses that have prevailed.
Yeah, and anyone that would have told me the game would have been going into the fourth quarter 27-31, I wouldn't have believed. Arizona comes in ranked 3rd in the league in scoring 61.9 points a game. San Jose comes in ranked 4th, 61.6 points. We're not even going to get close to 60 points tonight on either side of the ball unless something dramatic changes and happens. And that's a credit to these defensive coordinators who have told their defenses we're going to have to win this ball game. And by the way I'm looking at it, Arizona's playing just a little bit more faster than we are this evening on both sides of the ball.
Nate Davila, quarterback for Arizona. Only 144 yards passing. He does have 3 touchdowns. And on the other side, Mark Reeb, 15 for 30. 2 touchdowns, but 2 big interceptions.
And right now, that's the change. That's the ball game. The 2 interceptions because of the timing of them and when they've taken place. Now, the second one, they only got 3 points, which saved us 7 points, and it would have been dangerous.
1st and 10, Arizona with the lead at San Jose's 20. Davila sets. He'll throw deep. McLean on the coverage. And Rod Windsor had to turn into the defender there. McLean very nearly had a huge takeaway there.
Yeah, Coach Kevin Guy trying to take away the crowd, take away the momentum going into the fourth quarter. What we've seen before is short passes, nice easy throws, efficient passes, and here he takes a shot. And I don't know if Windsor got caught up, didn't know the route, but Davila luckily wasn't intercepted or at least offensive pass interference.
2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Odie Armstrong, the running back, gathers in motion. Davila to throw. Left side, and it's caught. Trandon Harvey inside the 15-yard line.
Coach Kevin Guy goes back to his formula, goes back to his bread and butter. He's going to run crossing patterns. He's going to try and confuse. He realizes we're in the zone coverage right there, which is cloud coverage where Dwight McLean's going to have the short stuff. But what he does is he sends a middle receiver inside of Dwight and then a guy to the wall to make him pick. And all Davila's doing is whichever one McLean doesn't pick, he's throwing to the other one. He's throwing to the one he doesn't pick.
And a pickup of 7. 3rd down and 3. Big play here from the 13. Davila, quick drop. Can't find anyone. Finally gets a man and a 1st down inside the 10-yard line.
That was a weird turn of events. Rod Windsor runs in motion, runs about a 3-yard turnaround right behind the line of scrimmage, and Davila kind of like not throws him the ball, but pushes him the ball, and I'm just amazed that the ball wasn't batted down. There wasn't somebody close to him, and the one thing that does for us is that's good, it makes it 1st and goal. So now you're only going to have to play 4 downs to try and stop him instead of him actually being outside of the 10, which make it able to get a 1st down.
They're at the 9-yard line. 13 minutes to go in the ball game. Arizona leads at 31-27. Harvey in high motion. Davila throws to the corner. Gathers. Did he hold on? He did. Touchdown. Jason Gathers. He and Brookins both went over the side wall and landed on the concrete. And a terrific catch by the former SaberCat, Jason Gathers, in the corner.
Unbelievable catch, but on top of that, unbelievable throw. Jason Gathers comes out of his little out route with Mervin Brookins in his back pockets. Davila puts that ball where only he's going to catch it, gets his feet down per se, goes over the wall, holds on to it, jumps back over, touchdown Arizona. Wow.
The extra point is up, and it is good. A big play by Jason Gathers gives Arizona an 11-point lead. 12:16 to go. The Rattlers lead at 38-27. You're listening to SaberCat football on KLIV AM 1590 San Jose.
Micro talks with a real Ford service advisor about a big event.
Fiona, if I didn't know better, I'd say you're having some sort of, sales event?
Yes, we are. The big tire and brake sales event.
What are the important aspects of the sale?
Right now, we have special rebates, offers, and discounts.
Stop by a Ford dealer now to buy 4 select tires and get a $100 rebate. And get a $40 rebate on Motorcraft Complete Brake Service.
So you have a lot of tires, and it involves brakes too.
Correct.
Which is why it's called the Big Tire and Brake Sales Event.
You're good.
Yeah, thank you.
See participating dealership or visit FordOwner.com for vehicle exclusions and rebate details through 5/31/11.
Live from Progressive. Flo here. Today I'm talking about Progressive Snapshot Discount. It's our biggest discount yet. It's the Grand Canyon of discounts. It's the white whale of keeping cash in your pocket. It's so big astronauts will say, I can see the Snapshot Discount from way up here. Well, you get the point.
The Snapshot Discount. It's new, it's a big deal, and it's finally here. Learn more at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and its affiliates, Mayfield Village, Ohio. Prices vary based on how you buy. Snapshot is not available in all states.
Here's a chance to learn the South Bay just a little bit better. Go out and about with Lee Weimers every Monday right here on 1590 KLIV. Now, back to San Jose SaberCats football.
Dan Dibley, Steve Papp, and Kirsten Fairchild. The Rattlers lead at 38-27. And Steve, it's pretty obvious, but San Jose cannot afford to trade points now with Arizona.
Yeah, definitely. We cannot trade points, and the thing about it is we can't go through another 11-play drive. It's going to take too much time off the clock. We have to be in and out of here with about 4 or 5 plays.
Brookins high off the left net, 5 yards deep. He'll bring it up right side. Oh, and he's hit hard at the 10-yard line and dropped right in his tracks. Kevin McCullough with a big special teams hit for the Rattlers.
Yeah, I said it earlier, and I'm still going to stick by it, that one of these guys, whether it's Brookins or one of the Arizona Rattler guys that's taking it back, Harvey or Woodenser or someone's going to return. I sense it. I feel it coming on. There's a lot of open lanes. The last 2 kick returns have been shut down by Arizona. Cold and Mervin Brookins inside the 10, but I think we're due to break one.
1st and 10 from the 10. Grebe under center, quick swing left, Nelson caught behind the line, and he just does get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Mark Grebe right there. A lot of pressure coming up front on the nose guard. He wasn't able to get out from underneath the center quick to throw the little hurricane. I don't know if that was actually a hurricane or if it was supposed to be the bubble to Ben Nelson, but whatever it was, Mark Grebe didn't get out cleanly, and thus making the throw a little rushed.
Actually, a loss of a fraction on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 10 from the 10. Cats down 38-27. 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Nelson high motion. Grebe looks right toward Nelson. Throws, caught. Burl Toller. And he gets out near the 1st down before being pushed into the boards by Virgil Gray. He'll get 9 on that hookup.
Great play by Burl Toller right there. What Arizona's doing is they're playing what we used to call zone to motion coverage, and what's happening is Vince Hill's in the middle. at times, Virgil Gray's in the middle, and what they're doing is they're switching up so they're not getting tired. They're putting hands on the guy in motion, and then they're just running to the sit-down route, and right there, Burl Turler does a great job of coming back to the ball, or that ball would have been knocked away.
3rd and 1 from the 19. Cats needing to score here. Nelson high motion. Grebe looking left. Fires deep. Ben Nelson. Oh, he dives and makes a terrific catch. Touchdown, San Jose SaberCats. Ben Nelson headlong into the end zone. 31 yards. And the kid from Minnesota endearing himself to the hometown crowd.
I'm telling you, Dibbs, my force is strong tonight. I said we need to score within 4 or 5 plays at least, and that was 2 or 3. Ben Nelson does a great job. Mark Grebe puts it up. There's absolute outstanding coverage by the Arizona Rattlers defensive back. Ben Nelson lays out, cross the goal line, touchdown in 3 plays.
Juan Gamboa adds the point after, and after the play, we get a little bit of talking back and forth. Marcus Pittman and Mark Lewis exchanging something other than pleasantries. San Jose with a huge touchdown. They trail 38-34 with under 10 to go. You're listening to SaberCat Football on KLIV.
Pizza Party, home of the Giant Belly Buster Pizza, where kids eat free every night. We also offer gluten-free pizzas and the best fundraising in the Valley. Pizza Party gives you back 10% with our rewards program. Great for corporate accounts, and we seat 130 for dine-in. Pizza Party on Homestead Road at Lawrence Expressway in Santa Clara since 1962. Take $5 off any extra large when you mention this ad. Expires August 31st, 2011.
Roger's PC has frozen and he's losing control.
Oh, you useless pile of shit! I'm finished!
Poor Roger. Thinks his PC is the problem. Truth is, it's his internet security slowing him down. Enough is enough. Titanium from Trend Micro is a whole new way to protect your PC. It stops web threats in the cloud before they reach you, and it uses less memory so your computer runs faster. Someone should tell Roger. Titanium from Trend Micro.
Your home for San Jose SaberCats Arena Football, 1590 KLIV.
We're back at HP. Juan Gamboa addressing the ball here, Steve. 38-34. Is it too early to start going onside kick here?
You don't know, because we haven't been able to stop Arizona, and I think, that's at some point here you're going to have to start debating when do we try and get that last possession, or that possession that we need to get ahead.
Gamboa kicks it away toward the corner, and it'll be taken out of the air by Harvey, who's put down at about the 6-yard line. Gus Tyson, he's played very well on special teams tonight. And Tyson putting Harvey down there.
Yeah, great job by Gus Tyson running down, making a play. Harvey trying to make people miss. And, it's plays like that where, you get your team motivated. You get your crowd motivated. You get everybody emotionally on this emotional high with only 9 minutes to go that, anything now can create motivation or energy to get this defense going.
First and 10 from the 7-yard line for Arizona. Davila pumps, wants to go long, throws deep. Windsor caught, 5, touchdown. Rod Windsor, little pump and go. And Nick Davila put it right on the money for the touchdown.
My goodness. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but the receivers are running token routes. They're going slow, and then all they're doing is getting up on the defensive backs, Eddie Moulton's toes. Davila's throwing the ball up there, and then now they're kicking it into another gear going to get it. We need some sense of urgency. I mean, these guys are coming in at 6-1 for a reason. They're a good football team. Play them as such.
Scotcha coming on for the PAT to make it an 11-point game. And he is good again. So it took one play for Arizona to lash back and regain the 11-point lead, 45-34.
And the thing that does, we gave up points. We're down 11 points again, but it was so quick, it was so fast that it allows us to get back into the ballgame because there wasn't a lot of time taken off the clock. But when Coach Kevin Guy and this offense knows it's that easy to score, then they're going to play you score, I score for the rest of the game.
And Kevin Guy in Arizona in a position where they can exchange touchdowns. And you got to figure if San Jose can score here, they got to start thinking about the onside kick.
Definitely. You're thinking, okay, if we score, it's 8 minutes and 35 seconds left. If we score anywhere within 2 to 3 minutes where there's still 5 minutes left, you might not need it that quick. Anything under 5 minutes, you need to take the chance and go for the onside kick, because as we've seen, other than the turnovers tonight, the fumbles, we haven't been able to stop this Arizona offense. And I know Coach Kevin Guy is over there, and he's looking at his play sheet. He's looking at his chart, and he's saying, this plays work, this plays work, this plays work. And not only just one receiver. Harvey's had a good game. Windsor's had a good game. Jason Gathers has scored a touchdown. Hasn't had as many catches, but we all know, because he is a former SaberCat and he's a former champion here, he's capable. So if you're Kevin Guy right now, you're sitting pretty. If you're Coach Arbet, you got to start talking about taking that chance.
.8:35 to go here. The Rattlers have been up to the test with a 45-34 lead. Mervyn Brookins back deep for San Jose. Eddie Moten is the up man. The kick will be tipped and then taken by Brookins very deep. Flag comes down, and Brookins unable to get out of the end zone here, Steve.
And again, Eddie Moten is 3 yards deep in the end zone. He doesn't need to be there. He needs to be on the 5-yard line. That way he can block out of the way of Mervyn Brookins. This is going to be a 5-yard rule in Arizona. We should get an extra 5 yards here.
Kick catch interference. Violation of the 5-yard belt. Number 19 on the kicking team. That penalty will enforce 5 yards from the 5-yard line. First down.
Marquise Floyd draws the penalty there. Excellent job by Mervyn Brookins. He had to tip the ball away from the bottom of the bar, and then he did just corral it. But the 5-yard penalty will move it up to the 10-yard line, where San Jose will start 1st and 10.
Sense of urgency here, Dibs. Sense of urgency. Got to go make something happen, and I'd look to Ben Nelson here.
Nelson high motion. Grebe sets back, pressured, throws left to Toller, caught, and ridden out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Flag comes down again. And they're going to get Chad Cook with a penalty here, Steve, and it's been a night of penalties.
Yeah, we're pushing about 20 penalties right now so far in this ball game, and it's taken away the actual gameplay from both of these units. It's putting coaches in a situation where it's, 1st and 15 or 3rd and 15, or, you go from 2nd and 1 to 2nd and 7, and it's really taking the rhythm and the momentum away from each team. And, with only 7 minutes to go, penalties cannot, be taken lightly here.
Loss of 5, 1st and 15 from the 5. Grebe looking deep to Nelson, and he came over the back on the defensive play. Virgil Gray. The fans want PI, but Virgil Gray with good coverage here on 1st down.
I don't know where Coach Kevin Guy and Omar Smith has, they went out and got these 3 defensive backs they have. Well, we know where Marquise Floyd came from, but Vincent Hill and Virgil Gray are 2 of the best covered corners in the Arena Football League that I've seen this year, and to be frankly honest, that I've seen in a long time, even going back to when Arena was still Arena. These 3 guys are outstanding.
Terrific coverage that time on Ben Nelson. 2nd down and 15. Grebe sets with time. Fires down the right side. Amy got separation. 15, 10, 5, dives. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown. Otis Amy. What an individual effort from the youngster. 45 yards. And the SaberCats answer in a big way.
Great job by Otis Amy right there, staying alive, because what happened there is Marquise Floyd thought the play was over. It took forever to develop, and Mark Grebe hung in there, stood tall, found Otis Amy, and then he got the yak yards and he carried Marquise Floyd for about 12 yards into the end zone.
Gamboa's kick up and good. 6:17 to go in the ball game. It's not over yet. San Jose answers. They trail 45-41. You're listening to SaberCat Football on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
SaberCat fans, have you visited the new Los Gatos Brewing Company at San Pedro Square yet? A quick walk from HP Pavilion, you and your family can enjoy great, affordable food before or after the game. Stop by for some great handcrafted beer and tasty appetizers before the game, or head down for a SaberCats victory celebration. With flat screens throughout the restaurant, you won't miss any of your favorite sports teams while you dine. Los Gatos Brewing Company at San Pedro Square, your SaberCat headquarters.
Los Gatos Brewing Company.
You're listening to the San Jose SaberCats Arena Football on 1590 KLIV.
6:17 to go. Arizona leads at 45-41. Otis Amy with his second touchdown of the night. He's appearing in his first game of the year. For more on Otis, we go back down to our Houston Fairchilds.
Dan, what a coming out party here in the Bay Area for Otis Amy, a Union City native. Went to James Logan High School where he played football, ran track. He also worked as the school custodian from 7th grade till graduation. He is cleaning up tonight.
Very good, Kirsten. Indeed he is. Amy making a big splash in his SaberCats debut. Will it be in a winning cause? Here's the kick high off the slack net. Taken and tripped up is Virgil Gray. He made it out to about the 15-yard line. And that's where Arizona will start 1st and 10. SaberCats need a stop, Steve, and they need one soon.
Yeah, and that play doesn't seem like much, and the SaberCats would have liked to get him inside the 5-yard line. But what this does now is this allows Coach Kevin Guy to use a lot of time off the clock because he's not worried about pressure getting a safety. He's not worried about getting an interception down from a tip ball with San Jose bringing the pressure. So that getting out to the 15-yard line was crucial for Arizona because now he can keep his playbook open. Now, if you're Coach Jarnigan, what you want to do is you don't want to allow him to get first downs. You either want to get a stop or you want to let Arizona score and get this offense back on the field with a chance to do something.
1st and 10 at the 15. Davila, the lefty, drops back and fires, and it's caught. Jason gathers across midfield out to the 20-yard line. Just too easy that time to JG.
Yeah, it's just pitch and catch. I mean, it's like the secondary for the SaberCats is waiting for the hitch and go, or they're too scared to get beat deep or something, and all Davila's doing is sitting back throwing the ball. I'd like to get a stat sheet up here because I want to see how many incompletions he has. It seems to me like he's only missed on a few occasions, and those were maybe because of pressure or Windsor dropping the ball, but he's been on the money tonight.
1st and 10 at the 20. Davila, it's a running play this time to Armstrong, barreling left, and they're trying to strip the ball. Virtually every SaberCat in on the tackle. Odie Armstrong came in with 10 rushing touchdowns. He had 4 last week against Spokane, and 3 big yards there.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something where Coach Kevin Guy's playing the chess match. He's playing the clock here. He's trying to move the ball. And that's a sense of confidence. That's a sense of, I know SaberCats can't stop me. I know I can get in here and score whenever I want to. So let me try and do it in a way where I take as much time off the clock as possible to not let Mark Grieve and Ben Nelson get back on the field.
2nd down and 7 from the 17. Gathers motion. Davila throwing, Gathers wide open at the goal line, caught, touchdown. Jason Gathers, he ran free and alone to the end zone.
You know, and I hate to harp on it, and I hate to keep bringing it up, and I don't want my SaberCat fans to dislike me. I bleed green. I'm a SaberCat for life. But until we get better in the secondary, until we actually cover somebody, we won't win too many ball games against a good competition because this is just like pitching and catching. This is like Pacquiao against Mosley. He was just picking and choosing on them all night tonight, and that's what's happening tonight is Arizona's Pacquiao and we're Mosley.
Scott John for the PAT, and it's blocked! Oh, Francis Maka blocked it, and here comes Brookins, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Mervyn Brookins returns the blocked PAT all the way to the house, and he throws the ball up to his fans in the corner, and that could be a huge play in this game, Steve Pappin. 2 points for San Jose. Mervyn Brookins with a PAT return.
Yeah, now it went from a 2-point possession ball game to a 1-possession ball game that quick, and that's something that special teams making the play, stepping up. Now it's time for the SaberCats offense to go down, and now is the point where you're going to have to start thinking about that 2-point play to actually tie the ball game. Big play.
Instead of 53-41, it'll be 51-43. They have not put the points up on the board yet. Kevin Guy out there having an animated discussion with our official. And let's see what they determine here, Steve.
He's going to try and say outside rush or something, but no flag. This is going to be 2 points for us. There it is. That changes the complexity of this football game. Now, and this is something that they won't do, but this is something, if you're San Jose, you have to start thinking about onside kick right here. Because now, if Kevin Guy was thinking that, because now you're going to put the onus on San Jose's offense to score, go for 2, and then that way he gets the ball back with a lot of time left instead of kicking off deep here. But I think the way his defense has been playing this evening, he's going to go ahead and kick it deep and just play defense.
The defense has been spectacular for Arizona. We'll see what they decide to do here. Scotcha will kick off from our left to our right. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Mervyn Brookins is all the way back deep for San Jose. And they do kick it deep. Brookins, 4 yards deep, not off the net, he takes it. Running left, he barrels to the 10-yard line and is brought down by McCullough at about the 13-yard line. So Mark Grebe, who has not had a terrific night, with a chance to lead his team down here, Coach. 3:27 to go, trailing 51-43.
Yeah, and here goes a situation where you're going to see what we're made of, because you got 3 minutes to go, the clock is running, you got to go down and score, you're half the field away, and you still need that 3-point play. And don't forget, Arizona's been playing exceptional defense tonight.
Ben Nelson high motion, 1st and 10 from the 13. Grebe looks left, now back right, he's flushed out. He's rolling, still rolling. Then he goes down to the 10-yard line. He had nowhere to go with it. Antaj Hawthorne gets the sack. And Grebe very slow to get up now at the 10-yard line.
You know, this is something we're all holding our breath. This is something where Mark Greaves trying to make a play. He's got to just throw the ball away, because these Arizona Rattler guys are playing dirty. I think it looked like one of the linemen kicked him in the head when he was down, and you got to realize when you go down like that, these guys are still going to hit you. They'll take the 5 or 10-yard penalty. You're Mark Grebe. You're the franchise. You're the face of arena football. They're going to take a shot.
And San Jose forced to take a timeout here, Steve. They do not want to have a play without Mark Grebe. The coach and the trainer had to come out and tend to Grebe. So instead of having to take him off the field for one play, San Jose will use its first charge timeout.
Yeah, and this is a good call by San Jose, because you got to go down and score anyway. The time isn't a big issue. 2 minutes and 58 seconds. It's a lot of time for you to go ahead and score from the length of the field. The timeout's not going to be that crucial. You want to make sure Mark Grebe is healthy. And if I'm Mark Grebe, if I'm Skip Foster, you need to tell your receivers, stay available. Ben Nelson runs a route right there, thinks he's covered, thinks he's over, and he just stopped on the wall while Mark Grebe was running around for his life trying to make a play. Ben Nelson was resting on the wall, and that's something that you know, if you're tired, get out. You know, if you're not, you know, your wind is not there right now, run the check down routes. But if you're the guy going in motion, you got to stay available for Mark Grebe, because he's running around trying to make a play.
So a loss of 1 on the first down play. And a slight delay here on the field. It'll be 2nd down and 11. And Steve, as bad as San Jose's offense has looked at times, they still sit here 3 minutes to go, down by just 1 score.
Yeah, and a lot of that is the penalties. A lot of that is, you know, you remember Arizona got the interception, didn't score right before the half. You remember they had 1st and goal and didn't score because they got pushed out, had to kick a field goal. You remember they had the ball stripped from them when they got another turnover to get the fumble recovered by San Jose. So a lot of things have been going wrong, you know, for Arizona, which has benefited us to keep the score only a 1-possession game.
2nd and 11. Otis Amy to the right. Grebe to throw, looking deep to Amy, and intercepted, it appears. Marquise Floyd took it away, and it'll be a touchback. Grebe threw it deep. Amy could not get there, and a 3rd interception for Mark Grebe.
You know, I don't know what to say. I mean, taking a shot right there with that amount of time on the clock, especially from Amy. I think he went to the well one too many times open. one too many times because he's gotten the 2 touchdowns, and that's something you didn't need right at that moment, and it's just tough because it's hard to get a gauge because we are missing our top 2 receivers. Cheeto, Cinco hasn't come in, so these guys might be a little winded. I'm looking down in the tunnel right now. Ben Nelson's actually riding a bike, so I don't know what that's about, but I have to be able to give Arizona's defense credit. Their defensive secondary is awesome. And I hate to say that because we're rivals and it's the whole tradition, but you got to give credit where credit is due.
Floyd with the interception there. Now Arizona firmly in control. Jason Geathers, the catch on 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line. Clock running now. Arizona leads it 51-43. About 2 minutes to go.
Coach Guy is going to take as much time as he can off the ball. And, now it's going to start getting to that point of when do you start calling your timeouts. And what Coach Arbett's probably going to do is he's going to let it get all the way down to the 1-minute warning and then start using them. That way he can save it for the offense because we've already blocked the PAT tonight. So he may be thinking we can block a field goal if we can keep him out of the end zone.
2nd down and 5 now. Play clock down to 3. Davila throws, caught, 1st down. Trandon Harvey out to the 20-yard line. And it may not matter if San Jose can use their timeouts or not, Steve, if they can't stop Arizona here.
This is pitch and catch. I don't know what the correct wording would be. I'll try and phrase it up as best I can. This looks like the outdoors equivalent to 7-on-7. So I don't know if we'd call it 3-on-3 in the indoor game, but that's all it is they're playing 7-on-7 outside. He's just stepping back, picking and choosing where he wants to throw the ball and completing the passes. And until we get a sense of urgency and start playing better defense, this is going to happen all year.
On 1st down, Davila throws over the middle. Geathers caught, 1st down. And we are under 1 minute to go, and that, Steve, may just about do it. So we have reached the 1 minute warning. And don't forget, Steve, the next game for the San Jose SaberCats will be next Saturday at Pittsburgh. It's a 4:30 Pacific time start. It's the first of 2 games on the road, and at this rate, Steve, San Jose is going to be looking to bounce back next week against a Pittsburgh team that'll be going looking for a victory.
Yeah, we've still got 58 seconds, but the way it's going, it looks like, we're going to come out on the short end. Anything can happen, and, we're SaberCats, and we're going to play to the end, and hopefully we can get this. But that's a very tricky game because you're going to travel 2 days early. You're going way back to the East Coast, per se. You're going up against a team, I believe they beat Spokane this evening, so they're going to be high and bringing in the SaberCats, and this is a chance for you to test your momentum because the SaberCats is, the class, franchise, and organization of this league. So a loss tonight, a travel next week, then you got to travel again to Utah. You're talking about 3, including this night, 3 incredibly tough weeks.
It's a challenging stretch for the San Jose SaberCats, to be sure. 1st and 10 at the San Jose 18. Maybe a run play here to Odie Armstrong. It is Armstrong, left side, and he's got a handful of yards across the 15, and San Jose's got to use its 2nd timeout. Keep in mind, in arena football, if the play loses yardage, the clock stops immediately, but not the case there as Armstrong ran for 4 yards.
Arizona dodged the bullet there. I don't know if Davila was actually going to give him the ball or pull the ball, but that play didn't look right from the beginning, and it looked like, I thought actually Armstrong had fumbled the ball to start it off because Davila didn't come out clean, and as he was walking over to Coach Kevin Guy, he was like waving his arms like something wasn't right. So now, with this timeout, Coach Kevin Guy is in there telling him, hold on to the ball, stay in bounds, go down. On the other side, Coach Jarnigan's telling us, get the ball out, push him out of bounds, stop him for negative yards because we need our remaining 1 timeout for the offense. And what Coach Kevin Guy is thinking here, if he can get 1 first down, it's over. If he can get positive yards here and burn that other timeout, he might walk out of HP with a win.
2nd down and 6 from the 14, 51 seconds left. Arizona leads by 8. Davila will throw it. Firing to the corner, incomplete, and almost a takeaway by Dwight McLean. And I'm not sure about throwing the ball there on second down, Pat.
I'm not either, and it looked like it was a miscommunication between the receivers because Gathers and Windsor were in the same position, and if Gathers goes post there instead of corner, that's a touchdown. And what that does for us is it stopped the clock. It didn't allow them to use their timeout. Now what you're thinking here is if we stop him here on third down, he's got to attempt a field goal. Last week against Spokane, he lost on the last play of the game, blocked field goal. We've already blocked the PAT, so we need to stop right here, make him make a decision.
3rd and 6 at the 14. Davila pressured, throws, caught. That'll be near first down yardage. A flag came down. And this will come back, Steve. A huge call going San Jose's way.
Wow, we bought the bullet there right there because Dwight McLean gave the receiver way too much space on third down and 5 yards, and he was able to complete it. Now with it being third about 15 from the 24-yard line, what Coach Kevin Guy is going to do right here is I don't think he's going to go for the end zone, or I don't even think he's going to go for the first down. He's going to position himself for his field goal kicker to have a short field goal attempt on 4th down.
3rd down and 16 from the San Jose 24. Big play here. Davila to throw, and no, he won't throw. Flags down. And Arizona doing everything they can here, Steve, to keep San Jose afloat in this one.
The arena football gods are on our side right now. You go from 3rd and 5, completing the first down, so now you're at about 3rd and 20 from your own 20. And now if you're San Jose, now is the time where you really got to be patient. Don't drive everything. Don't jump everything. Don't get beat on a hitch and go. Let the receiver catch the ball. Tackle him in front of you. Call timeout. Let Kevin Guy decide if he's going to go for it on 4th down or if he's going to bring out his field goal kicker.
3rd and 21 from their own 21. Davila to throw. Sets. Fires deep to the corner. Oh, and the pushing and shoving. Windsor could not bring it in. Dwight McLean with terrific coverage in the corner.
Great job by Dwight McLean right there. I mean, he was stride for stride with Windsor. And again, Davila puts the ball where only he can catch it. But what happens here is on a streak, on a hitch and go here, McLean gets that left hand up in there, pushes the ball out of bounds, gives us life. Now is the crucial moment in the ball game. Remember, if this ball is missed off the net, Arizona can recover it for a first down. So right now, we not only do we have to go attempt to block it, we have to field it cleanly off the net if it's missed.
Big moment here. A field goal attempt from Scotcha from his own 14. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. And it's off the upright. It's a live ball, but Arizona picks it up. And they go in for the touchdown. Oh, what a turn of events. Kevin McCullough took the missed field goal off the upright, caught it on the bounce, and scored a heartbreaking touchdown.
I'm playing the lottery. I just said that we have to catch this ball cleanly off the net because if Arizona recovers it, it's their ball. And right there, the ball hits the net, and that's where that sense of urgency's got to come in for Mervin and Eddie Moten and them. Once you see it hit, your season or your game is on first place is on the line. Go attack the ball.
Now the PAT from Scotcha is up and good. And the life was taken out of HP. Kevin McCullough with the missed field goal recovery touchdown. And San Jose down 58-43 with just 23 seconds to go.
Who was responsible for blocking him? And that's what we call a hustle play. Kevin McCullough hustled down there. He made a play. If you watch the replay where we saw the play on the big screen up here, Dan, he was the only Arizona Rattler guy down there. He was hustling to make a play. We had Mervin Brookins down there, Dwight McLean, and Eddie Moten. 3 SaberCat players down there to field that ball off the net. And one lone Arizona Rattler recovers it for a touchdown. I mean, this is one of those games you're going to go back and you're going to look at the film and you're going to be totally disgusted. They beat us to the punch. They jabbed us all night. We couldn't, since the boxing match went on tonight, I'm going to use an analogy. We couldn't defend the jab tonight, and that's all Arizona did was jab us to death.
San Jose had its chances with the blocked PAT that turned into 2 points that made it a 1-possession game. Mark Grebe threw his 3rd interception of the night. And now this, Kevin McCullough picks up the missed field goal and goes in from about 5 yards out, and the Rattlers now lead by 15.
And what you need right here is you need Mervin to dig deep and realize his team needs a play. All these 7 guys in front of him, make a block. Let him go down and return this. Give us another chance with an onside kick of our own.
This kick will not reach the net. Brookins gets it 6 yards deep, running to the far side. Tries to cut back, and Jason Gathers came through and finished the play with a big tackle. And credit to Jason Gathers and a good sportsmanship play, helping Mervyn Brookins up after delivering the big hit with 19 seconds left.
You know, the difference with that play with Jason Gathers. I mean, I like Jason Gathers. He played here for a number of years. He's a good guy. Early on, he's doing a lot of talking and a lot of chirping, and that's just what guys do. That's what you do on side in the gridiron. And what he did right there, game is over, basically. He knew that, so I'm going to be the sportsman. I'm going to pick these guys up. He's got love. He's got rings here, and that was a great job by him after all the talking that went on earlier in the ball game.
19 seconds to go. SaberCats need points in a hurry. Grebe to throw with time, fires, tipped, and intercepted by McCullough, and he'll go in and score. Kevin McCullough with back-to-back touchdowns, and this game is not ending well for Mark Grebe. 4th interception, and this one not entirely his fault. It was a tip pass.
Yeah, it was a tip pass, and McCullough, again, the game's over. Basically, but he's hustling. The ball's tipped. He hustled out of the box. He got that ball. Then he returns it instead of falling down. He's making plays. And I feel kind of bad because at one point I said this game would never get 60 points. They would never hit their average of 61. They put up 64. And this is just a game where I truly believe Arizona wanted it more.
Scotcha for the PAT. And he's had himself a fine night. Just had the one blocked PAT. But Kevin McCullough, we may have to cast new votes, Pap, as far as defensive player of the game or Iron Man of the game. We, up here in press row, we do our voting usually about 5 or 6 minutes to go in the ball game. But Kevin McCullough, with a late push here, he might find himself some awards for this game.
Yeah, and the one thing about that is he's been in Mark Grebe's throwing lane all night long. He's forced Mark Grebe to go other places and check down. And I know if he has a girlfriend or if he's married, I don't know him like that. But if his girlfriend or he's married or his mom, they're going to be upset with you and I because we didn't cast our vote for him. And when they see that on Arena Fan or wherever they get to check who got the player of the game and Ironman of the game, and they don't see him, we're going to get some hate mail because he deserves something this evening. He played an outstanding football game.
Well, I don't think any Arena League player this year is going to have a better final minute of a ball game, and especially to do it in such an odd fashion. A missed field goal recovery touchdown, and now a deflected pass, pick 6. Kevin McCullough, a one-man 12-0 run here in the final moments.
Hustle plays, Dibs. Hustle plays. And that's all he did. He hustled down. The ball was tipped. He could have just watched it hit the ground or, hopefully one of his secondary guys. But he busted his butt out of that box to go get that and then hustled to get himself in the end zone. I mean, it's just a matter of want to and will at this point.
Final 10 seconds here as Mervyn takes the kickoff off the net. And you can tell the energy just totally gone from the building. Not only from the fans, but the players as well. A little bit of pushing and shoving here at the tail end between Glasper and Chad Cook. But I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Grebe didn't just take a couple steps back and throw this one up in the crowd and get this San Jose team out of here.
Yeah, get it out of here. You go back to the drawing boards, go look at the film and see what needs to be done. And, what you don't want to do is have Mark Grebe try and throw this ball and make something happen and take a stupid injury or a lousy injury to one of the other receivers. And, it's very un-Mark Grebe-ish to throw 4 interceptions in a night. Let this one get over, watch film, and recoup.
I was checking the notes to see if Grebe had ever had a 4-interception game, and I can't recall any of them in my day. Final play, Otis Amy gets it down to the 10, down to the 5. He's pushing toward the end zone. He won't get there, and that is how the ball game ends. Arizona comes to San Jose, and the Rattlers win it 65-43.
Interesting. You look at that play. You look at the guys getting up. This ball is 40 yards down the field. Who was the last person to get up off the ground? Number 20, Kevin McCullough. Hustle play. He wasn't even in the play. But what he did is he hustled down there and prevented Otis Amy from scoring a touchdown, helping out his teammates. And that's what football is all about. It's about hustling, about the will to make the plays when the plays need to be made.
Well, that's the final play of the ball game. Arizona wins it 65-43. We'll step aside, come back with some post-game thoughts and the post-game show from HP Pavilion. The SaberCats fall to 5-3. You're listening to the Arena League on KLIV 1590 AM San Jose.
As more and more we put our lives on computer, we need to make sure our data are safe and secure. Optimum Recordable Media provide the ideal storage solution for recording, archiving, and sharing your life. Safeguard your music, pictures, desktop, personal, and business files with Optimum CDs and DVDs. Or look to the next generation. Blu-ray, recordable, and rewritable discs for high-def video or large amounts of data. Insist on Optimum Media for optimum performance. Available at all Fry's Electronics.
Welcome back. Our next guest will discuss a survey which reports that workplace disorganization costs lots of money. Joan, is this true?
I'm afraid so.
Help save time and money. Help get better organized. Find an affordable Brother P-Touch labeler for your business at Fry's. Or visit us online at ptouchmeansbusiness.com.
Do you own a digital camera or computer? If you answered yes, then it's time for you to check out PNY. For over 25 years, PNY Technologies has been providing solutions for your computer and digital imaging needs. Flash memory cards, USB drives, PC memory upgrade modules, solid-state drives, high-speed HDMI cables, consumer graphics cards, and professional workstation graphics cards. Stop by your local Fry's Electronics store for deals on select PNY products or visit pny.com for more information. PNY. Make life simple.
Decades. When you're searching for your best electronics buys, head over to Fry's.com, where you can find Fry's extraordinary selection, great prices, and super shipping with convenience. When you're online with Fry's, you can enjoy the best buys in technology, whether you're browsing the web at home or at your favorite local hotspot. Check in on Fry's.com and check out page after page of technological innovation. Fry's.com, where you'll find quality products at the lowest possible prices. Great savings. Great selection. Now at Fry's.com. Fry's.com.
You've been listening to San Jose SaberCats Arena Football, brought to you by Fry's.com, LG Electronics, Trend Micro, Symantec, D-Link, Swan Security, and NVIDIA. Now, with a wrap-up of tonight's game, once again, Dan Dibley and Steve Pappin.
Hello, back here at HP San Jose on the losing end of a 65-43 game to the Arizona Rattlers. We will be back here in a minute after a few messages.
Taking pictures is easier than ever. With each click, another memory. But over time, we're overwhelmed by the number of photos and finding them a challenge. Meet Life Studio, the external storage solution that finds and organizes your content into a stunning 3D wall for easy viewing and automatically backs up locally into the cloud. With Life Studio Plus, you get a removable auto-sync USB key for ultimate flexibility on the go. Learn more at lifestudio.com.
It's Peter Casera Clothier's grand opening celebration of Men's Fashions by Casera in San Jose, only 1 block away from Santana Row, 700 Southwood Chester off of 280. Peter Casera has been in the Bay Area since 1965, offering the greatest prices and master tailoring on premises. Voted #1 tailor by American Express in 2000. Visit PeterCaseraClothiers.com or mensfashionsbycasera.com for a location near you. Call 408-733-1234. You better believe it.
SaberCat fans, have you visited the new Los Gatos Brewing Company at San Pedro Square yet? A quick walk from HP Pavilion, you and your family can enjoy great, affordable food before or after the game. Stop by for some great handcrafted beer and tasty appetizers before the game, or head down for a SaberCats victory celebration. With flat screens throughout the restaurant, you won't miss any of your favorite sports teams while you dine. Los Gatos Brewing Company at San Pedro Square, your SaberCat headquarters.
Los Gatos Brewing Company.
Now, back to more SaberCat Arena football on 1590 KLIV.
Dan Dibley, Steve Pappen, Kirsten Fairchilds back at HP Pavilion. The crowd thinning out. The players sticking around to sign autographs, Pap, even though they fell 65-43 tonight. And you talked about the themes of the game and maybe Arizona playing just a little bit harder. Do you think that was the case here tonight?
Oh, yeah. I mean, because what happened is you go into a week after you go up to Spokane, which Coach Kevin Guy hasn't beaten in 2 years. You lose a ball game. You're the number one team in the league. You lose. Then you got to come to your arch rival, San Jose. So I know this week's preparation, they took a lot of time preparing for this ball game, and it showed this evening.